Hey, all right, welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
Going great, going great. So we're going to talk about... You're looking at me all weird.
Am I?
Yeah. What's going on over there? You all right?
I think I'm still salty and just sad from Injustice right now.
We didn't
play.
Maybe later.
David got bodied by traffic, unfortunately. So.
It took me way longer to get here than I expected, so we didn't have time for that. But
yeah.
Let's talk about these topics: Defend the North, Abuget Cup, and GOML. We'll talk about our thoughts on the Injustice 2 patch and Abigail, who's been out, and I have been grinding him.
Dude,
well, playing him a lot.
Someone in the chat says you look like a baby, and dude, it threw me off so badly. Trust me, it was like really confusing.
This is my face.
Actually, I haven't followed the Gfinity series. Actually, I haven't been keeping up with a lot of the results there.
I have not at all.
Yeah, that's been going on in Europe and stuff. If anybody has a summary of like results or anything like that that they can link us, I'd be more than happy to talk about that.
Of course, I have no idea though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're gonna chat about women in games a little bit.
Shavid, I like that.
Shavid, I've never heard that before. That's
like
pretty
it.
good
yeah,
though.
I do like that.
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
It comes up rarely because I don't shave that often. But yeah, I'll have a beard next week. Don't worry about it. So
you actually look younger than me now, dude. It's crazy.
But I am younger than you. I should. Fine. All right.
Oh,
so, a few events happened this past weekend. Did you watch them?
I watched part of Defend the North. And actually, I did watch part of... I was up for Abuget Cup. And then it was like running at like 5:30 a.m. And I'm just sitting there watching it. And I was like, I'll just watch until this grand finals is over. Then the stream died.
Oh, dang.
And then they were basically postponing the match while they were trying to fix the stream. And so I'm like, really? I'm like trying to get to sleep here and you're going to make me... So basically, I barely saw the last round match because like the last few matches, I was like half awake and stuff like that.
Stick-to-itiveness right there.
I tried. So... Yeah.
I've seen replays, but I definitely did not watch it live.
Okay.
I did watch a bunch of Defend the North.
Okay. Even more than Street Fighter?
Yes, I watched Injustice and I watched Marvel.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't get to see anything except for Street Fighter at Defend the North.
Well, let's start off with that.
Sure.
Defend the North, which was, of course, in the north, the northeast of the United States.
Put on by Team Pi. Always congratulate their efforts because running an event in New York is not easy.
Yeah, in White Plains, just outside the city. So
yeah.
I think that's really good. Of course, it's not easy to do. That's why there's so few majors there for everything. It's not just for fighting games.
Yeah.
For everything. It's hard to put an event there because it's expensive.
Venues are ridiculous there. It's just like, and not only that too, but then like, how do you get like the hotel space? And it's like, it's weird.
Hard to do.
And even when you get hotel spaces, I'll tell you something. New York hotels are unlike like they're probably closer to Japan hotels. They're super small.
Expensive and small.
Very expensive and very small.
So they had all the tournaments, games that you would expect, starting with Street Fighter, top 8. Method, Mike, and Ike with Laura.
Good job.
7th place. Also Pi Kami with Nikali, 7th place. 5th places were WBG CJ Truth. It's been really making it happen again. Awesome.
Yeah.
SB Dominion. Fang, Guile, and Ed also making it happen. Nice work. Rise Smug got 4th with the Boxer. And then Danslip, Cammy, got 3rd place.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool because he's a player who I have known about. I don't know him, but I've known about him for, I don't know, a while. And I haven't seen a 3rd place from him before.
Right.
So.
And it's funny too because like everyone keeps, like every time I keep bringing up how Cammy is good in this game and people are like, she's overrated. She's like one of the most represented characters in top 8. So I don't know why people still think she's overrated, but...
I don't know. I think she's good too. 2nd place, PG Punk. 2nd place.
2nd place.
PG Punk.
Going down 0-3.
Twice.
2.
IDOM won the whole thing with Laura.
So my question is, what the IDOM?
I don't know.
Is that his nickname? But does it just stand for like I dominate everybody? Because like that is what's happening right now.
Yipes calls him Ivan Domination, but he has also said that's not his real name. So I don't know. I've never met him personally, as far as I can recall. So,
dude, yeah.
So all right, Punk gets 2nd place again. Is he washed up, James?
Wow, what a washed up player, man. He's cursed for 2nd place.
Cursed.
Dude, he joked about it on Twitter, and I think it was K-Brad who was like, dude, how many tournaments did Bonchan get 2nd in a row, and he is your idol. And Punk was like, dude, I'm just kidding. You know, like,
is that the connection?
Yeah, I know, right? Like maybe Punk is just trying to mimic Bonchan for a little bit or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Look, he won a bunch of stuff, and then now he's not winning, but he's getting He's getting to grand finals. Okay. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
He lost to the scrub Idom, and then this other scrub Snake Eyes, and then this other scrub Tokido. God,
some guys.
What a washed up player, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Dude face. Jones, Buttman, you know, just nobody's. Nobody's. No, but really nice job to Idom, who did not lose a game in top 8. And you said...
I think, so what someone told me was that he only lost 4 rounds in the tournament. Like 4 rounds in the tournament.
Dang, that's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
But, you know, Laura's C tier. No, they moved her up to B tier.
Oh, that's right.
She shouldn't even be in B tier.
Yeah.
She should be A tier character.
I do think there are not that many Lauras doing that kind of work. It's not like she is an easy character to just do it with.
I mean, Mike and Ike was up there, too.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So,
no, I mean, she's definitely a good character. It's just not the case that she's, like, dominating everything. Oh, my gosh. I think it's great that there were a couple in there, but that's rare.
Right. But, I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, even Balrog and Urien aren't, like, dominating, but I still think they're top 10 characters. So
Same, man.
Yeah, so just because Laura's not dominating, I don't think that has any saying. It's weird because, like, we've been talking about this a little bit, but, like, it's just the longer you go, the more tournament results just don't mean anything because people are weird when they pick their characters.
That's a big part of it, definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
Like, it's weird. I was talking about it, too, because there's something about FGC. People want to stand out in the FGC.
Yeah.
And so when you play a character that's considered a tier whore character, you know, like, people don't like that. And then someone was like, what about, like, League of Legends? Like, everyone picks the top characters all the time. It's team-based. When you're playing 1v1, you can justify not playing at your highest level because you're only disappointing yourself. You know, in a weird way, in a team environment, like if you're playing a shitty character and the rest of your team's playing top tier, you're not carrying your weight, they're going to get mad at you.
But also, league teams are professionalized. Like, they have coaches, they have managers who are like, you got to play the good stuff because their jobs depend on it. Like, the jobs of the coach, and it literally depends on them doing well.
Right, yeah.
So it's a different story.
Yeah.
If you go into league and you play... I don't even remember what their ranked is called. It's been so long at this point. But I suspect it's probably not the same because it never was before. I don't know if it is now. Anyway, I think that's all cool. Punk is still doing fine. Yeah. I'm proud of Dan Slip. I think that's awesome. Dominion getting 5th is up there. But yeah, man, top 4. Actually, not even just top 4. CJ, Camp, Kami, and Mike and Ike are all... like 21 and younger, something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it's certainly in that area. And shout out to Dominion for keeping it up for the old guys.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, I will say one thing though. You know, with Idom, you know, and you know, Smug and Dominion, all these guys, man. NLBC knows how to churn out those players, man. They are so good. Too bad none of them could beat SD Pinoy. Oh! I'm just kidding, man. No, but shout outs to SD Pinoy. He is amazing, so.
Chris G and Ricky were both there, 13th place.
Nice. Okay.
Lucky D was 13th, so was Sherry.
That's right.
9th places, JB, etc., Les, Nephew, Sabo. But there was a bunch of character variety in there, too. I think that's awesome. Yeah. So, fun to watch. Tekken 7. Right. 7th place, FBI. Also, Tetsuyon with Miguel. Also, 5th places were The Game with Law, Devil Jin, Hayachi, and Blood Red with Steve. 4th, 4H Brian H with Paul. 3rd, Pepper Beef Too Spicy with with Leo and Law. Bloodhawk, nice, who has been on Ultra Chen in the past.
Oh yes.
2nd place, Kazumi. And then winner, Fighting GM with Lee.
Pepper Beef Too Spicy.
Pepper Beef Too Spicy.
It just remembers because like there was a menu at a Chinese restaurant that we went to, and like, you know, they had like spicy dishes, and like all the spicy dishes had an asterisk, and when you go to the asterisk it said, "We can fix the spicy for you."
I want the spicy.
Yeah, and so it's just
maybe
what
not
it made me think of. Pepper Beef Too Spicy.
Pepper Beef Too Spicy. I like it.
Man.
I like it.
But yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff again to Bloodhawk getting 2nd place. So definitely. If you are a fan of Tekken, he's definitely one of those good community leaders.
Yep.
I think he did some commentary at EVO, didn't he?
I'm not sure. I've certainly seen him do it in the past, but I don't know if he did there.
Okay.
Yeah, give him a follow on the Twitter. He has a lot of good tweets.
He does a lot of good stuff for Tekken. A lot of good stuff. Again, I don't know why the frame rate is so weird. I actually got a new capture card, and we will be using it soon, but I just don't have the audio cables for it. I completely forgot to get audio cables for it. So we'll fix that. Hopefully it'll be fixed very soon.
I'm sure Amazon will get on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Killer Instinct. 7th place is Circa Aphex with Rash and Cupcake. 5th also Saberwolf 97 with Rash. That's cool.
So what happens, man?
You just get stuck with a name.
I mean, PR Balrog when Balrog wasn't there, right? He was PR Nikali, so...
5th place also GIAC. It's time to dull. Is this an I or is it a L? I'm not sure.
It's time to DUI.
It's time to Zui.
Do we?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, congrats to him. 4th, PAG Pink Diamond with Maya and Kim. 3rd, Buttons Raven is Raw with Saberwolf. 2nd, Circa Nikki with Mira. And winner, UA Base, also with Mira.
Oh, interesting. They just revealed her ultimate as well.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, she has an ultimate now.
Sick.
She basically sucks your blood off screen, basically. So,
makes sense. Yeah. That seems like an appropriate ultimate for her. That's cool. A lot of these guys are playing characters that I didn't expect, but I didn't watch this tournament. But
I wonder if they're at this point where those are the actual characters that are really good, or are they just having fun now and just playing?
Well, like definitely Mira's good. Definitely Rash is good. Like these are all good characters.
Wasn't Rash at one point considered kind of like not that strong, or since the recent patch has he just?
Maybe at some point, but. I know for a long time he was considered very good.
Okay.
He didn't have the results necessarily, but good character for sure. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, 7th place, Alex Smith. All right.
Yeah, nice.
Street Fighter players apparently switching over.
It's a good game.
Man, it definitely is. True Shine,
not Shine. Not Shine NYC. This is True Shine.
True Shine versus OG Shine. Even though he's not the OG, actually True Shine is the OG.
I know, right?
It's very confusing.
It's very confusing, yeah, exactly.
With the big body, as he tends to do, Potemkin. 5th place, Dreaded Ruffian with Sin. 5th also TSP Blaze with Raven. 4th, Grover with Venom. 3rd, Minus with Eno.
Nice.
2nd place, PG Marlin Pie with Zato. And then winner, PAG Lost Soul with Elfelt.
Nice.
I watched that.
There you go.
I mean, I'm no expert in that game. I can't tell you too much, but it's fun to watch.
I only know that Lost Soul... Well, I only knew that Elfelt one because I saw Viscant being really happy, Visant being really happy on Twitter.
Yeah, so Marlin Pie blew Lost Soul up in the first set of Grand Finals. He was coming from losers. He was in losers to start the top 8, if I recall correctly. And he was 3-0 in the first set, and then Lost Soul figured it out 1-3-2.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really
Lost
good.
Soul.
Yeah.
So again, it's that young crew, right? Blowing up the veterans here.
Get used to it, everybody. That's how it is. Injustice 2. Fabled Destroyer with Atrocity, 7th place. DF Gurr with Deadshot and Bane, 7th. Echo Fox Theo got 5th with Superman.
Nice. He
PG,
made it all the way out there. Okay.
He did. PG Hayate, 5th with Robin and Batman. 4th, RNG White Boy with Scarecrow. 3rd, T7G DR Gross with Aquaman, Black Adam, and Lantern. Mostly Lantern. Okay. 2nd place, Circa Forever King with Batman and Black Adam. And winner, Echo Fox Sonic Fox with Red Hood and Black Canary.
What is it with him and characters that can shoot guns?
Which one?
Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox?
Right.
Does he always play guns characters?
Well, he used the Aaron Black in MKX.
Well, that's true.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe he likes guns. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think guns are born.
Because at one point in time, he was playing Deadshot a little bit, like when the game first came out.
That's true.
Right? So,
yeah, he won tournament, I guess, Combo Breaker.
But was he using mostly
Red Hood?
Red Hood, okay. Because Black Canary got buffed a little bit, so...
I would say significantly.
Oh, significantly?
Well, we can talk about that.
Okay, cool.
We will definitely talk about that in
Someone
a bit.
says Lost Soul is Marlon Pie's age?
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, he was a newer player, But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's young. I don't know how old he is.
I just assume everyone who's new is really young.
Right, but
so
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Also, I have no idea how old Kyohei is. I assume an old man, but I don't.
He's Asian, so it's like you can't tell.
I literally between
tell.
25 and 35. I don't know. He's been around for a long time, but that doesn't mean he's old. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. 7th place, Bry with Super Skrull, Frank West, Amy.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, he got eaten in top 8.
Did he? Oh no. Well, there you go. That's why that team,
Dang. Well, he made top 8 though, and there were good players there. PG Coach Steve, also 7th place. 5th place, Prodigy with Magneto Doom Phoenix. Also Mash Crazy Joe with Viper Dante Strider. 4th place, Rambam with Zero Doom Dante. 3rd place, No Life with Zero Dante Virgil. 2nd place, Idom with Dante Dormammu Doctor Strange. Winner, EG-NY Chris G with Morgan, Doom, and Virgil.
And he had to make some ridiculous comebacks on No Life. You saw No Life was up 2-0 over Chris G, and Chris G, how he won the 3rd game.
I was watching live, man.
Oh, you did? Okay, I saw the replay clip on how he...
What an ultimate dingus. Yeah. Ultimate dingus move.
Yeah, and Yipes was mad, too, because he apparently let go of the joystick like he...
Yeah, so if you have a big enough life lead in that game, and you're, like, sure that there's not going to be a run-out, people have in the past let go of a stick, just because,
yeah,
whatever. But he way misjudged. Way misjudged. And I heard he didn't just let go of the stick, I heard that he just held down. But Chris G just did, like, he got in with Morgan finally, at the very end, and he just did like reset. Yeah. It wasn't like combo into the and then it was like standing reset.
It was the blah 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 into fly into shell kick.
Yeah.
Hit fly into shell kick, and literally, I mean, probably you could count it to the millisecond.
Oh yeah.
If he was 2 milliseconds slower on the last hit, he would have lost.
Yeah.
And he won.
Ultimate dingus move, and then complete comeback by Chris G.
Christopher Genius.
Dang. But yeah, Idom is legit in this game, by the way. I heard that he almost beat Chris in pools at EVO, or maybe just after pools.
Oh, really?
Or something.
Oh, okay,
okay. And might not have been Chris, actually, but it was definitely somebody very strong who you would think would just make it really far, and Idom almost beat him. It was like 3-2.
Right.
So he's a really good player. That's what he started in. He was a Marvel player first before he became...
It's funny because Sherry actually took a picture of Idom versus Punk in Marvel.
Yeah, Punk plays Marvel also.
They're playing Marvel.
Yeah.
Which is like, what's going on here?
Yeah, no.
They're
both very talented. Nice work there. It's cool to see guys like No Life and Prodigy, who just got top 8 at EVO, as did Chris, all be up there again. Mm-hmm. And then cool for Bry, even though he got blown up, it's just cool to make top 8.
Yeah. And honestly, I know they're still running through the curly circuit and stuff like that, but Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out in less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And I just really hope that Marvel 3 doesn't stop getting played, because it's in such an awesome place right now, in my opinion. I think it's like, I think the game is like way more mature and like almost more interesting. This is going to be blasphemy, I know, but more interesting than like where MVC 2 was at the end of its life.
I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah, because there's like more teams and like more strategies, and like you could be a little bit more... There's more variety.
Yes.
This is the best way to put it.
Huge part of it.
More variety.
Honestly, I prefer the neutral game in Marvel 3.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Although I was never a big Marvel 2 guy, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Blaze Blues, Central Fiction, 7th places, Dragon God, and Jacob X.
Okay.
5th place, Grantel with Tager,
Yay.
and Ryu Kasim 99 with Hakumen. 4th, Dolphy with Valk. 3rd, Flux with Moo 13. New 13.
I never remember.
I literally have to do the alphabet in my head every time. Man. New comes after Moo. Grover with Carl, and PG SKD with Isayoya. Won the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Good
nice
job.
Work.
That guy is basically winning pretty much like all the Blaze Blue tournaments in the U.S. You know, if the Japanese players aren't coming out, and even when the Japanese players are coming out.
Didn't he not make it to EVO? I
don't remember what happened at EVO, but I know he won at CEO.
Yeah.
And like, you know, a lot of guys like Dogura, Kazunoko, they were all there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's Defend the North. Nice work to everybody. Want to talk about Abuget?
Sure, but you know, just addressing. Yeah, I will say one thing that I do like the neutral more in MVC3. I think
he was at Evo.
The game is a little bit more creative and has variety. But yes, MVC2 will always be the paragon of hype. But I think that has more to do with the players than the game itself.
I think I agree with
the
that.
Players were so good at that, and it just bred an awesome gaming culture.
Yes.
Like the MVC2, and yes, no other game could have bred that culture.
That's probably true.
You know, because that game was designed in such a way that it was so brutal that it kind of created that environment. So yes, I definitely agree with that for sure.
There was a Marvel 2 old man setup at Evo. It was in the
BYOC.
BYOC
nice.
area,
Okay.
right by the bar. And yeah, I walked by it a few times, and it's just like old dudes sitting on the ground with the big mass sticks between their legs, you know?
Sanford won. He won the MVC2 tournament.
Awesome.
He said he finally won because he like the last 2 years he would always get second place to who was it that was always he was always getting I think it was like not Chaotix. Shoot.
Was it Executioner? I feel like he was...
No, it wasn't Execution. But in any case.
Yeah, there was... okay. Anyways. Yeah, Sanford won Evo.
He's won legit an MVC2 Evo in the past. So Sanford is an Evo winner. Again, people just don't... Chaos. That's what it was. Chaos. But like people don't remember that Sanford Kelly is like super good MVC2 player. He's one of the best. Maybe second best of all time, you know. So...
Hard to disagree too much.
Abuget
Cup, Street Fighter 5 over there. This was isn't this in Thailand?
Mm-hmm.
Jakarta. It was in Jakarta, in Indonesia. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5, 7th place. VS FV Chuan with Guile. 7th Hot Dog 29 with M Bison. 5th Zowie Oil King with Rashid. And Moki. I don't know who's Moki. It was so funny when Yipes was saying that at Evo.
Oh, what, Moki instead of
he didn't know who it was.
Right.
So in the crowd mic, he just kept not that many times, but he definitely repeated like, I don't know who's Moki. All right, man. It's cool. I just always think about that. But I think that's very cool to have made top 8 at Evo without anybody expecting it, and then you continue it with the next big tournament you go to. Moki. 4th, Cyclops Dogura with Urian. 3rd, Talon Xiaobao with Nakali and Vega. Nice. 2nd place, Cyclops Goichi with Ibuki and Chun-Li. 1st place, HXCYG BST Daigo Umehara with Guile.
I had to pose for a very long time.
Yes,
there.
you did.
Yeah, but good job to Daigo Umehara taking it. And it's funny because he tweeted out, he was like, now that I've finally taken a tournament with Guile, let me go practice some Abigail. So I guess he's going to be playing Abigail now. But, I mean, this one was a weird tournament. It was a weird tournament because I don't know what Goichi was doing. Every time he played against Daigo, he kept picking Chun-Li. And I didn't understand that. And it wasn't until in Grand Finals when he was down 0-2, he switched to Ibuki and tied it up 2-2, and then Daigo won. So he won the third game, but Goichi had 2 more wins with Ibuki than he did with Chun-Li. They played each other in winner's bracket. He went Chun-Li, got 0-3'd, and then he came back and played Chun-Li again, went 0-2, switched to Ibuki, and then it was 2-1 basically. So I don't know why Goichi stuck with Chun-Li for so long.
Maybe he just thinks that's... I mean, you know, you come into tournaments thinking that you have the right character.
Yeah.
And you try it out, and you just, you know... I don't know. Not sure what the deal was.
Yeah, and he was going, and he tied it, and that's kind of when the stream died, or like once he started getting his momentum. So I don't know if that caused him problems there, so...
9th places were Jiwa with Akuma, KOF Master with Fang, Genesis with Bison, and E.T.
Oh, really?
with Laura.
I didn't know he actually played Street Fighter.
I had no idea.
Okay.
There you go, you got 9th place.
Good job to E.T.
That's awesome. Tekken 7, Cyclops Tanukana. 7th place with Xiaoyu.
Oh, nice.
7th, Armageddon FV Meat.
I thought you said meat.
He's like a piece of meat.
Like
with Brian. 5th place, Get News Picos with Bob. And PvE AK with Jack 7 and Shaheen. 4th place, UDG Book with Jin. 3rd, Echo Fox Saint with Eddie, Jack 7, and Bob. Second place, PBE Dojin with Shaheen, Claudio, Huarong, Fong, Leo, Jack 7, Gigas, and Dragonov.
What? What is he like random select?
That's wild to me, especially there's a Gigas in there. What's going on?
He needs to change his name to just, instead of Dojin, he should just be Mokojin.
Yeah, that'd be actually
hilarious.
Nii won the whole thing with Kazuya, Dragonov, and Brian.
I forgot who was it. I think it was Markman who tweeted. It was like, Nii and Daigo won an Abuget Cup. Like, what year are we in?
That's funny.
But yeah, Saint getting third place there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. My man Jack still represented well. The King of Fighters, 14. Fourth place, Zephy 6 with Kyo Sylvie Mai. Third place, VSFV KOF Master with Mature Mai Yori. Second place, Kentut Berdahak with Daimon Clark Yori. And then winner, Womao TV ET with Yori Clark Meitenkun and Mian Clark Meitenkun.
Good job to ET.
Nice work.
Consistently sticking around with that win. Yep, good job there. All right.
Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, fourth place, GGVN Puppy with Eno. Third place, Division Ring Axel. Second place, GGVN Aisu Kubu with May. Winner, Cyclops Dogura Raven.
Okay, makes sense.
BBCF, fourth place, James. Just James.
It was hard.
With Izanami.
It was hard because I was using Izanami.
Yeah, your favorite character.
Yeah.
She puts on the ribs and then, Third place, GGVN Aisu Kubu with Azrael and Jin. Second place, GGVN Puppy with S. First place, Division Ring with New 13. God, it's for like 8 years. This has been a problem.
I know, right? Well, I mean, the funny thing is, like, Dogura didn't even place there, so I wonder if he even played, or, I mean, he really doesn't practice Blaze Blue all that much anymore. And instead of calling her S, you should definitely call her Embryo Storage, because that's what it stands for. So.
Really?
Yeah, that's really what it stands for. ES, Embryo Storage, which is just like...
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
That game got super weird. It started out weird. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
So, alright, there's Abuget Cup.
Yep, good stuff over there. Ranking event. So, good job to Daigo for taking his first ranking event.
Yeah, what do you think about Daigo? Coming back to play strongly.
I mean, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool.
Agreed.
And, I mean, I'm not surprised by it. He's just a really good player. And, dude, I mean, he still does things that other people don't do. Like, you can tell he researches the game in weird ways. Like, you saw that Guile combo that he did? Where he threw, like, the Sonic Booms. He dashed up behind it, and he back-fisted out of nowhere. It crush-countered him. The Sonic Boom hit him, and he dashed up and still fierced, and, like, it comboed and killed him. And then there was that one clip that someone tweeted us about fighting against the Chun-Li slide. Goichi's Chun-Li slide. He did Sonic Boom, slide under, hit him. Sonic Boom, slide under it. He faked the Sonic Boom, dashed forward, and Goichi slid again. But since it was so close, it was negative on hit, and Daigo punished into V-trigger into critical art and killed him. And
it was very nice.
Someone was like, did he do that on purpose? Like, am I overthinking this? And I watched it, I was like,
like he got Goichi to expect another boom,
right?
So he took advantage of that, yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, instead of blocking it from that range, he decided to dash forward to eat it as close as possible to make him And I was like, Daigo would think of that.
It's a very Daigo
thing. Right, exactly. Like, that's a Daigo thing. So that's why when I saw it, I was like, nah, you're just... Wait. Like,
I totally would believe it.
Yeah,
Cool, alright. Let's talk about GOML. Got on my level 2017.
Yep.
Canada's premier Smash Major. Melee, top 8. IMT Shroomed with Sheik and Marth. 7th also EMG None with Captain Falcon. 5th place G2 Westballs with Falco and Fox.
Shoot. Our local recording has stopped because I have run out of disk space. But that is fine. That's fine. I'll download it off of Twitch later.
Melee and Ami, Kirby Kazi with Sheik. 5th. 4th, CLG SFAT Fox. 3rd, MSF The Moon with Marth. 2nd place. Liquid Hungry Box.
Nice.
With Jigglypuff. Winner, TSM Leffen with Fox. Nice.
Yeah, I heard he did really well.
He sure did. He won the whole thing. Nicely done. Good job to The Moon, too, for continuing strong results. That is excellent to see. What happened to other characters? Nintendo got 13th. I always look for where the fun characters ended up. You know.
Dude, I need to get new hard drives. Seriously, all this editing
man.
and all these old videos. Because the problem is, like, I'll locally record like my giant 7-hour Injustice session, and it just sits on the hard drive.
You just
and, like,
delete it.
I should delete it because
You
I
don't
keep
need
thinking
that.
like maybe I'll put it up on YouTube, but then like
Just export it directly from Twitch. It's easy.
yeah, I know, right? I should just.
I always just delete that stuff.
So how many of the gods were there?
I'm only seeing
Hungry Box. Right. Yeah. Okay. So Hungry Box left and defeated Hungry Box then. Right?
Indeed, he did.
Okay.
Smash 4, 7th place LG Black Twins 13 with Mario. 7th SH Boys Angel Cortez with Diddy Kong. 5th place YP Fatality with Captain Falcon. 5th place also BOT Supergirl Kells with
nice.
Sonic. Nice work.
Good job.
4th place AGN San with Ike. 3rd Mistake with Bayonetta. 2nd place MSF Larry Lurr with Fox and Donkey Kong. And then winner, IMT Anti with Cloud, Mario, and Zero Suit Samus.
Good job to Anti. I know he's been really, really trying to like get into that, to get on that level. Actually, you know. So good job to him taking first place.
Smash 64, 4th place Zero with Captain Falcon. 3rd The Z.
Someone said
Fox
Supergirl Kells got picked up by Red Bull.
Ah, very nicely done.
Okay. Good stuff.
2nd place Isai with Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Kirby. Winner, Mariguas with Pikachu. And then Brawl, 4th place.
They played Brawl
They
there.
played Brawl.
Nice.
Meek Speedy with Sonic. Really? Okay. I thought that character was terrible.
I know.
But maybe I'm wrong.
I thought that.
Maybe nobody plays that game anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
3rd place Hinkage with Meta Knight. 2nd place Mike Ray 4 with Snake. And then winner, IMT Anti with Meta Knight.
Oh,
First place
okay.
in both Smash 4 and Brawl.
Okay.
Nice work.
Good job.
Oh, it's pronounced Isaiah.
Yeah,
Oh, I've heard of Isaiah.
I do that all the time.
I've
Every
heard
time
of that.
I see it, and I'm like, it's Isai because there's a
third strike
Japanese
player.
player. Yeah, there's a
third strike player.
Issei, yeah, but it's Isaiah. It's Isaiah. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. All right. I've heard that.
I've
All right, there you go. Then doubles happened.
Okay, cool. All right, so good stuff. Glad to see the tournament circuit coming back around here. I know this weekend there's a lot of stuff coming.
Dang,
up.
Anti and Mistake actually won Smash 4 doubles. So Anti won doubles in Smash 4 and singles in Smash 4 and Brawl.
Really?
That is a good weekend right there.
Okay, so it's not this weekend that has a lot of stuff. Next weekend is the crazy weekend that has a bunch of stuff going on. So this weekend there's Viennality going on in Austria.
Viennality is a really big NRS event, but it's going to have other stuff too.
Oh, cool.
A lot of players are traveling there from internationally, including from North America for Injustice. So that's going to be cool to see.
So Injustice 2 has a 20K bonus.
Yeah, it's a huge one.
And this is 20K in dollars. And
MKX
then,
is also there.
MKXL has a 500 euro bonus. And Exit Rev 2 has a 500 euro bonus, and Tekken 7 also has a 5 euro bonus. So that's going to be on twitch.tv/NetherRealm as well as twitch.tv/Viennality. So Viennality, Viennality.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah, really big NRS event, but also, of course, other things. I'm really looking forward to watching that. That's really cool. A lot of guys did travel there from North America.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
There's a heavy contingent of international folks.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
Definitely.
Let's do this.
It's something that we don't see enough in any game, really. North American players traveling to other continents en masse.
Yeah,
it's just not,
I know.
Maybe you get one or two, but it's rare to get more than
when
that.
EVO second most represented country is Japan, come on. Step it up, U.S. And there's no sponsors in Japan either.
They're just doing
They're
it,
all
right?
doing it on their own just to make it out there. So.
Some of them, but yeah.
But also this weekend is Fight Club NRW 8, which is a tournament in I don't even know how to know. Koln, Köln, Germany.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a tournament in Austria and Germany.
Oh, wow.
Going on at the same time, the same weekend. So that one, the stream is going to be twitch.tv/fight_club_NRW.
Cool.
And it is a Capcom Pro Tour Europe ranking event.
Excellent.
So I imagine the Street Fighter players will probably go to that, and then everybody else is probably going to go to Viennality or something like that, right? Also, this coming up is Fight in Rio. So in Brazil, there's going to be the fight in Rio, and they do not have the stream information here, unfortunately. But you can get into facebook.com/fightinrio, and no spaces, no underscores, anything like that, so you'll be able to get all the information about that tournament as well.
Cool.
So there you go. So that's coming up this weekend.
That'll be happening in Cologne, Germany.
Mm-hmm. There will also be, the North America online event. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's an online North America event. Number 3 is going to be this weekend as well. So there you go. Okay, and then the Tekken World Tour in Korea. Tekken World Tour Korea, which is going to be on twitch.tv/Tekken, twitch.tv/team_spirit0, twitch.tv/Hameko. I wonder if he's restreaming it in Japanese or something like that. But that is going to be, that's going to be a big one, actually. A one-day Tekken tournament in Korea that's part of the Tekken World Tour.
Sweet.
I
Looking
gotta
forward to
imagine
that.
that's going to be huge. It's going to be at the JBK Convention Hall in Seoul. So, yeah. So if you're fiending for some Tekken, you're going to get some good Tekken action coming from Korea. There you go.
I hope all the North American players going to Vienna are making wiener jokes. Don't disappoint me. Better be making wiener jokes.
At least, hopefully,
Come on.
Hopefully they go to Europe and at least wear some Speedos, right?
Yeah, Speedos. And then you can go to Cologne, and all right. All right. I actually had a friend in school who was from Austria, and he was from Vienna, and he was saddened and surprised to hear that we use the word wiener to mean dong. He had no idea.
Really?
Somebody from Vienna is a Wiener, so that's
Right,
where we got the word from, because the Wiener, the hot dog. Yeah, now it means dick here,
Right.
and he had no idea but he found out.
Did he just come here and just be like yelling, "I love wiener"?
Yeah, he's a proud wiener. He is. Very proud to be a wiener.
God, I just doomed myself. In any case, all right, you want to take a quick break?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll take a
When we
break.
come back, we're going to talk about Injustice 2 patch thoughts and also Abigail thoughts.
All right, be right back.
Our thoughts
guys.
with that
Okay.
after these thoughts.
Thoughts on thoughts, make amends.
Okay, let's shift the conversation now over to this one and then that one. We're going to be talking about the Injustice 2 patch and our thoughts on Abigail. Let's begin with Injustice.
Can I cry about Catwoman?
What do you got? What do you got for me, James?
I actually
Cry
feel
about
like
it.
she got nerfed the most.
Yeah?
I really honestly do. Because I know last time when we were going over the patch notes, we saw some characters get nerfed, and we were like, oh, Aquaman. I mean, it's kind of like how people felt about Mika when they saw the Season 2 patch notes. They were like, oh my god, Mika's dead. She got so nerfed, and she actually was fine.
That may be a good comparison.
Right? And so the thing about Aquaman is he didn't lose any utility. He lost damage off of that 1 meter burn combo, but it still does the same thing. It still tracks like you can't imagine, and it still does decent damage.
Oh yeah, you're getting 18% from that thing.
Mm-hmm.
He did lose utility in the sense that back 1, 2, 3 is now very slightly minus. It's not punishable, but it's not advantaged. So there is a difference there.
Right.
I think that is somewhat significant for sure. But he's a good character still.
Yeah. And then,
all of his fundamentals are still there. Still great screen control, normals, damage output, still going to be good. It's just some situations it's not going to be as big as before, but overall, still good damage output.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Catwoman is bad by any stretch of the imagination. Like, she went from being like maybe top 5 character to maybe she's like top 10 now or something like that. Like,
that sounds right.
I feel like there was at least a pretty decent dip for her, which
Sure.
in the whole spectrum of things, dropping like 3 or 4 spots is a pretty big dip considering when, you know, like most of the characters stayed pretty relatively stagnant, right?
But yeah, of course, people are still winning tournaments with her, and Luffy, Fudo, you know, people are still...
Oh, with Mika, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you talking about...
I was talking about Catwoman.
Catwoman now.
I was talking about Catwoman now.
My B.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of dropped from like top 5 maybe to top 10 or something like that because she actually lost tools. You know what I mean? So, like, for example, the armor on the cat dash was super good. Don't get me wrong. Super, super good.
Sure was.
But, God, it makes getting in on zoning so much harder now. Like, it seems like such a chore. Although, I didn't realize back 3 went under everything, even projectiles, even mid-projectiles, which is crazy to me. So,
it actually goes under a couple of lows. True story.
Really? Whose lows does it
It can go under back 1 from Scarecrow.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Seen it.
Yeah. But also then, the cartwheel is -10 instead of being +1 on block, even though it was completely punishable. Like, before it
was
did
a gap,
anything.
right, yeah. It was plus on block, but there was a
every
gap.
time she canceled into the cat stance, you could basically down 2 her
Yeah.
for free in her face and just basically blow her up. So I don't know why they nerfed that. And then her back 3 is still super good, but like slightly nerfed.
Yeah.
But
Can't whiff it.
yeah, I just feel like she's not, like, I feel like she's one of the main characters who lost tools, whereas a lot of the other characters who did get nerfed just kind of lost damage.
Dude, I'm with you. I feel like there is a chance that she may be the most nerfed, but I also feel that she may have been the best, or certainly she was top 3. And I also feel like she dominated some characters.
Really? Okay.
Gnarly. Very, very, like, for example, you're talking about Cyborg. I feel like that was real tough for Cyborg before.
Interesting.
Because she could take a bet on armor going through his projectile and basically be safe afterward, and it doesn't matter. So, and she's next to him, right? That, I think, was super tough. So, if she now loses to a character like that, it's fine.
Right.
But she's not going to get dunked. And I feel like she probably doesn't lose still.
Yeah.
I'm no Catwoman player,
I didn't know about some of the tools that she had to get around the fireballs. I was trying to get around them like all the other like characters and stuff. And like I said, I didn't realize she had like all these different ways to just go. She can down 3 under the fireballs too.
Down 3? Oh, wow.
Yeah, she can just do the kick.
Oh, really?
She just goes right under it. And that actually recovers faster than the cat dodge.
Oh,
so
really?
she can actually down roundhouse and walk under them. Like, down roundhouse, take a step, down roundhouse, take a step, down 3, take a step, like that. It's weird. You have to do it early because her head stays up a little bit until later on. So if you try to do it at the last second, she gets shot in the face. But if you do it early enough, you can make it. So I was finding out these cool new things. So, it might not be as bad next time I fight a cyborg.
You'll figure it out.
So, yeah. But, I don't think she's going. She's still definitely high tier. She's
Very
still
good character.
Super good character.
Yeah.
She still has the ability to maul you when she gets in there close. Although, I feel like people who have really good defense give her problems because she doesn't really have a great overhead.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think of her more as a control everything character rather than like a mix-up character.
It's weird because honestly, she's the Cammy of the game.
Yeah.
She just really is, right? She has this really uninteresting trait, right? Now, which is significantly worse, by the way, because it doesn't get the invincibility on the wake-up now, right? So she has a really uninteresting trait, but she's super good because she has super fast walk speed. She's really good at poking. Her high-low game is not that great.
But she
just has fundamentals and pressure, and she's just scary and rushes you down. So I really feel like it's weird how I ended up playing 2 of the same characters between these 2 games, man. I tried playing Harley again, but I was just getting beaten up. I was like, I couldn't get anyone away from me, so I was like, all right, I'm switching back to Catwoman.
Okay,
so I need to be brave enough to go back to Harlequin again at some point.
She's a fun character, and not changed at all. So she's still the
same. Yeah, she's exactly the same character. So
yeah, Aquaman a little bit worse for sure. Atrocitus is slightly worse, right? Like his trait doesn't last as long. It's small things. So I went over all the whole patch list.
Right.
It's up on the Ultra 10 YouTube.
Dude, I can actually see why like some people think Poison Ivy's not very good. I fought against a Poison Ivy, and like the first time he activated the plant, I like got destroyed, and then the second time he activated, I just sat there and blocked. Nice. Yeah, I had a life lead, so I was just like, whatever, shoot plants at me.
Yeah, it's just an annoyance, right?
Right.
Like, she builds some meter and you lose a little bit of chip damage.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
You know what? Back to Catwoman, sorry about that, but I would have rather had her armor cat dash, her meter burn cat dash, have armor, and then just make it like -8, -10. Just make it punishable on block, because that's the part that's cheap.
They're both cheap.
well, combined together was cheap.
It's super fast.
Because you could fish for... And dude, it was so funny because I was...
Full screen.
I was fighting against the Flash on the other side of the screen, and he did the Flash stats, and I cat dashed and meter burned it and beat him.
There you go.
And someone's like, it's really sad that Catwoman is faster than anything that Flash can do.
Yeah. Yeah. She's super quick. That's true.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like very slight nerfs for some of the characters people were worried about. Batman, very slight.
Yeah.
Adam, very slight. The characters that I think are most buffed are Black Canary.
Okay.
I think that her strings are safe and plus on block some of them.
Right.
Yeah, basically, she had a problem of everything was unsafe,
right.
So she had to cancel into different things to evade punishments. But like that meant that nothing she could do was just like button, still in your face. It was like you had to roll away, or you had to do hooligan, or whatever. You had to do these little things, mix-ups. But now you don't have to do that stuff. Right. You can if you want. Because she has, like, she can roll through you. Right, but you don't need to. And she has really good pressure now. Plus on block stuff, safe stuff, giant damage still. One of the few legit vortexes in the game. You know, I think that's really scary. Cheetah I feel the same way about, although maybe not as strongly. But they're both, I think, really strong now. I'm surprised
they buffed Cheetah a little bit. What do you think of Wonder Woman now?
Wonder Woman I feel is quite good.
Because I was getting bodied by someone. Dude, I don't know. Is it the same as season 1? She has the string where she goes like attack, and then a final swipe, and the swipe is like plus 12 on block or something like that.
Yeah, so really slow startup.
Yeah, if you don't know about the gap between hit 2 and 3, and she just does that to you, you just like sit there and you're like, what am I supposed to do? It's really funny because NRS really is willing to take those kind of risks. Like the fact that Doomsday had that high-low move. Like, that's like, nobody else has ever said, you know what, let's just give someone a high-low and you have to block perfectly in between, like, with just these tiny frames. They're willing to take those risks, and it's really interesting. So if you don't know about that hole between hit 2 and 3, which I didn't, I was like, block. Let me try to hit.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I supposed to do?
I hear you. It's a wild game, but they're cool with it, and that's part of what I really like about it. See if anybody else is, like, really buffed. I was watching a video that Honeybee put out about flash changes, and he was talking about how a little bit less damage on trait combos, but it's like 20 damage less.
Oh, right.
Like it's like 580 instead of 600 or something like that. Like it's like not relevant. And then he also now has a safe option out of run. The run into overhead is now safe, and it always, it seems like always, does the full like hit overhead, mid overhead, which it didn't before, so it does more chip damage and it leaves him at a safe spot, and he basically can run in and do the thing, and now he's cool.
So he has a free way to get in now, basically.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can do things about him running up, right? It's like not perfect, but yeah.
Maybe it is time for me to pick some Flash. I did play Flash online by accident, because someone else picked Catwoman, and I thought that was my cursor.
Oh no, that's hilarious.
And I ended up picking the Flash, and I was like, I don't remember how to do anything with this character.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
He got better, probably overall. Yeah, Poison Ivy, like a little bit better. Some people I've talked with think that she is really good, but that she'll have like really tricky post command grab mix up. She meter burns her command grab, she gets huge advantage, right?
Yeah.
And she has like cross up or not stuff. But like Batman just jumps at you and he does that. I don't know if that matters.
Dude,
the game's so cheap. Like, does that matter? I don't know.
Batman, oh my god. Don't get me started on that guy, dude. I mean, if Prep Time Batman is the most powerful character in all of comic book history, he put all that preparation to that jump too.
Yep.
That jump too is ridiculous, dude. Because it lasts forever. His jump is really low. So it's not like he ever gets high enough that you get...
It's fast.
And it crosses up like 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, and it can cross up at ranges where it really doesn't look like it's going to.
Yeah.
It's really tough to see sometimes.
And that... Oh, God. I hate that move so much, and I hate his trait. I hate his trait so much because it refreshes so fast.
It does.
He gets like even one is scary to have to deal with.
No,
and then the worst thing about it is like, see, like I feel like a way to make that trait fair is that if the bats hit you out of the air, it like plummets you to the floor. Because the fact that it goes pow pow pow, and you're like woo, and he's like
But you do take less damage
from a screen away. Let me shoot out my thing and grapple and reverse scorpion against you, and you know.
Yeah.
I hate that character, dude. I hate that character.
I thought he was the best in the game for a little while. I don't think that now, but I still definitely think he's up there.
Yeah.
He's certainly up there.
What changed your mind?
I guess just seeing some of the utility from some of the other characters.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I think he's worse than I originally thought, but just seeing a little bit more of Catwoman and Aquaman, and it was just, I don't know, I think that's more like what it was. Supergirl got significantly buffed. She has, like, safe footsies, and she does a little bit more damage, but I think the safe footsies thing is really important.
A lot of people were talking about, like, they were like, join us in the Supergirl army now, because she's, like, super good now.
She does seem really good to me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Superman's like a little bit worse, no big deal. Yeah, Wonder Woman I do think is significantly buffed.
Okay.
She has one of the very few legit overhead low games in the game.
Oh,
it's really rare. Almost nobody has it. There's like Flash.
Yeah,
Flash. I know, like a couple of characters, but I guess, well, I don't know. Cheetah? Like, there's a couple, not many.
Cheetah, yeah.
Bane.
Freaking Deadshot, too.
Yeah, Deadshot, but like not into much damage.
Right.
But for her, damaging, follow-ups, safe on block, like that's a really good tool for her. And at the same time, she has more screen control because the shield can more often go into combos, especially from the air. Faster recovery on the anti-air version.
Oh,
she just got like utility for sure.
Red Hood's high-low is really, really bad. Really. I mean, not Red Hood. Red Hood's is. Robin's is not good. Robin's is not good.
Robin's is not good.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of all the stupid Robins are all getting me confused here. So.
Atrocitus definitely does have an overhead low game, but very punishable on both sides. Very punishable. So you have to have the cat out.
Right.
To make yourself safe, and even still, sometimes you're not.
Right.
So yeah, he certainly has one, but she always has it. Right. Wonder Woman does, and Red Hood does too. But those are more like you have to set it up, and it's not just like you're walking around. Here's my back 2-3 or forward 2-3. Right. It's a little bit different. So.
True story, Giuseppe, that the Chen Dynasty's greatest export is salt.
Yeah, that's funny.
We have some amazing salt mines in the Chen Dynasty. I've been getting. Last week was the week of salt. I got mad at every game, including Splatoon.
Dang.
I was getting so angry at
Splatoon, huh?
Oh, man. Anyways.
Well, Red Hood also has meter burn lethal lunge. It's not just the forward 3 as the overhead. So the like real trickiness of his overheads. Yeah, and the air to ground gunshots. And also the lethal lunge into gunshots are both overheads. And that's like, that plus mine is a lot of the nonsense.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because I forget about the meter burn possibility, and I'm just like, let me walk into some bullets.
Yep. Brainiac has a high-low game, although the low is pretty much only into the whatever this is called, the like noodles.
Yeah.
And that's really unsafe. So I don't know. In any case, I really like the things, and I really like that they didn't change some of the cast. Like 10 of the characters are the same, like, not changed with the exception of like one bug fix for a couple of characters.
Cool. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Let it rock. Even characters that, like some people think Cyborg is weak. Maybe he's not. Firestorm, some people think is weak. Blue Beetle, some people think is weak, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're good. And
because Cyborg didn't change at all, and a lot
of
people were kind of like upset about that, right? So
yeah. So we'll see. I think it's very cool. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, I am.
Why does Scarecrow have a Honda headbutt? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Because he's a weird monster. Why not?
Dude, like they
can
were
do
just
whatever.
That's basically what they did. They were like, whatever. I don't care any lore, whatever. He's just a monster. We're just gonna make him do whatever he wants. Even though you're fighting Scarecrow, like I want to see what the viewer, like who hasn't been gassed, is seeing.
That'd be hilarious.
Like the guy is just sitting there and his headbutt is like literally Scarecrow just going.
For sure, I think that'd be really, really funny.
Oh man.
But yeah, Scarecrow's still really good. You know, the slight nerfs to the top tier. Whatever, the nerfs to the top tier, plus a little bit better on the low and mid tiers, and then like the very large high tier.
Yeah.
And characters that maybe they think are high tier, like Cyborg and stuff. I love it altogether. I feel like it's very well balanced right now.
The most important thing was the precedent that they set. One, that they didn't patch it a lot. Yeah. They waited till after Evo, and then a patch came out, and it wasn't like this is the first time that an NRS patch came out that I don't feel like I have to learn a whole new game.
I'm totally with you. It's
right?
Awesome.
Like I'm playing it, and like when I played it with the patch, like obviously from my end I noticed lack of armor, but everybody else felt the same to me.
Sure.
Where I remember when I played MKX or MK9, every time the patches came out, I was like, "What is going on, dude?"
Sure.
It felt like BlazBlue versions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, why? What? Taukaka's offensive heavy doesn't knock down anymore? How do I start my combos now?
I remember that. I think there was literally 1 week, it might have been 2, where Kano's up ball was safe in MK9. And so I went to Wednesday Night Fights, right? And I was playing against somebody. And they just did up ball constantly. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then a week later, it was gone. What?
They were like, whoops.
Yeah, like I put the time in to figure out, like, okay, I should backdash here. Like I found these little I was playing with Cyrax,
right?
So I had these stupid setups, right? And he would just do up ball, and he's cool. Yeah, I figured it out. But then it was gone. Anyway, not like that now at all.
Yeah,
it's very different.
So
and I'm
again, like I said, I think that's the most important thing that the precedent is set, and like I said, the game feels the same. I don't feel like I have to learn anything new. Like, there's nothing that I ran into that I felt like, wait, that was one of the changes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's good.
I'm with you.
Good. So
it's really just a couple characters that had significant changes.
Let's mess with David for a week, Ed Boon.
Dude, that week there were so many Kanos. I remember this because it was so stupid. There were so many Kanos.
Because his up ball was kind of like his wake up too,
it
right?
Was the wake up.
It was.
So they just did it,
and
it had a really good horizontal range. So if you were like anywhere with even like thinking about pressuring him, he just did the thing, and he was fine. So what the heck? So anyway, very happy about how things are going there, and in chatting and watching other NRS heads chat about stuff, people are saying that they think it's really well balanced too. Some people are upset that their characters got nerfed.
Yeah, of course.
That happens. But a lot of people are saying that they don't feel there's any need to play a character that you don't like.
Right.
That you can pick any character now. There's still obviously tiers. Some characters that always happens.
I mean,
but you can pick a character and have reasonable success with anybody.
And to give NRS credit, the game was pretty well balanced even before the patch too, right?
I really agree with that.
Yeah, okay, Wonder Woman wasn't so great. Aquaman might have been too good. Catwoman might have been too good. But like again, it's so telling to me that people complain about Street Fighter V, about MK balance, and they're like, this is so unbalanced. And it's just telling to me what kind of expectations people have from fighting games these days, because they don't know what unbalance is.
No, they don't.
They do not know what imbalance is.
And may they never. May that history never come back.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need Sean's.
The last person who really knew what imbalance really was probably Breaker Dave.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
got killed at by Kokonoi at the tournament with the creator sitting behind him and laughing when the guy made the big old comeback on him. Man. I think it was a perfect or something, and he like couldn't move, and he just like died.
10,000 damage combo. It was crazy.
And Mori was just sitting back there and laughed.
Yeah. May that time never come back, and I don't expect it to. So yeah, I get that people have different expectations of stuff. Nowadays, they should. But yeah, I really feel that Injustice is in a very strong place.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty.
Agreed. All right, so let's move on to another topic that we talked about last week. We got to mess with him. I haven't even played him since then. I still haven't touched Street Fighter V since last week, to be honest with you.
So I hadn't played Street Fighter V in 2 months. Right, so Injustice came out, and I basically only played that and like maybe 3 nights of Tekken.
Okay.
For 2 months. And then I played with Abigail. So I'm terrible. Okay? it's so obvious. The pace of the community is so fast now. It used to be you could take 2 months off. Who cares? It's the same game.
Right.
But now you come back 2 months later, and not just the characters. I don't know what Ed does. I have no idea. But it's not just that. It's that even like I'm not in the top 10,000 anymore. That's pretty bad for me. But,
jeez, you scrub, dude.
Well, I was like in the top 1,000 for a long time. But I'm not now, and I deserve not to be. Like, I'm definitely getting my butt kicked by like the 15,000th best person online. This happens a lot now. So I think that's really cool to see. I have to relearn how to play defense in that game. But the character Abigail, I feel, is very strong.
Dude, so
I hesitate to be like too
I know,
strong about this, right? But I feel like he's very strong. I feel like his normals are great. Excellent normals. You can hit confirm, crouching medium kick into Abigail punch in the same way that you can do
Karen and Ken.
Yeah. So it's like tough, but like marginally doable, especially in context. And his normals take up a lot of space. He has excellent anti-airs. He deals just absurd damage. And his V-trigger, that V-trigger is like top 3, top 5 at the worst. It may be the best.
Right? It's like 2 bars.
Yeah, it may be the best. That's my thought.
Here's the thing. Like I said, I hate being this guy. But like I'm definitely a better observer than I am a player these days. Because I've been observing and watching fighting games for 20-some years now. So, like, when when I first saw it, I was like, this thing's going to be broken, and this is going to be so creative and sick, right? Like, it's just because you can kind of tell. Now, when I was watching all the tech come out for, like, Ed and for Colleen and all these characters, I looked at all this tech, and, you know, the first week makes every character look broken because everyone's fighting all this cool tech. And I just sat there looking at all the Colleen and the Ed tech, and I was like, I don't believe this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, like... As soon as I start seeing the Abigail tech, I'm like, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely believe. Yes.
I mean, like, he has a level 3 focus with V-trigger activated, right? The charge punch that guard breaks you. And the reason why they gave you reversal armor breaker wake-ups in Street Fighter 4 was specifically to beat that move. The level 3, I have armor, unblockable move. And that's what they gave Abigail. Like, they gave that to Abigail in a game with no wake-up armor breakers. Now, obviously, it's not easy to set up.
It's super easy to set up.
Is it really?
I really think it is.
Oh, okay, okay.
I feel like a lot of his knockdowns... So if you end knockdowns in Abigail Punch, you know, this thing, then you don't get a good meaty situation.
Right.
But if instead you end in the ground pound, you are right there. Okay. You're right there. And he has nice corner carry combos. Like, you wouldn't even expect it, but he really does with the back fierce juggles, which I feel like are like half-stage corner carry, and then you end up, you're right there. You get a whole charge up still.
It's interesting. People are saying that Donka believes that Abigail's the worst character in the game.
He is... Nope. Nope.
Man.
Definitely not accurate.
Yeah. And Donka said Punk would win Evo, and he was wrong on that one, too.
What a dingus.
No, just kidding.
But he will win Capcom Cup, as I have called.
Yes.
No, he really has like legit setups for a lot of these things, and it's like he controls things and does things that no other character does. So you know how people are they go in for grabs, and you jump, and then they get anti-air jab, right, or whatever, because everybody else's jump is way up in there. Right. Abigail's jump is the ground. It's on the ground almost, right?
Yeah.
So if you jump and you do jump instant roundhouse, you can punish a grab.
Oh, he can punish with grabs.
The grab.
He can punish with grabs.
And you're not punishing it for 10 damage, dude. You're punishing it for a cool 300 minimum.
Right.
And if you got trigger, I mean, you know, you shoot him to the moon. It's done.
Interesting.
So
okay.
he does things that some of the characters don't get to do. His Abigail Punch EX has armor on it, and so you can poke through a lot of strings.
Armor on everything.
And it like doesn't matter if you get hit because you got the most life.
Right. I mean, there are definitely some bugs with him, like the Abigail run.
Yeah.
I think it was Gilly who pointed out if you double tap to start the run, the EX run, then none of the kick ones will trigger.
Yeah,
none of the follow-ups will trigger and stuff like that. So.
That's true, and I really think that the armor is bugged on it as well. But
yeah, because I heard you said it lost to the kunai, right?
Yeah, I did in V-Trigger EX run, and I was playing against somebody who just did like mid-range kunai after I had taken a step or two.
Air kunai or
air kunai?
Air kunai.
And he just got hit out of it. He just got hit. So I don't know. I don't really understand how that works.
Interesting.
Either it's bugged or there's like on-off frames of the armor or something. I don't know. Maybe there's a certain spot on him that's not armored.
Command grab in V-Trigger gets you 480 damage and 800 stun. Everyone gets stunned off of that. Did you see that crazy like comeback video that someone had against the poor Cammy player that drained him all the way down to this much life? And then he just got grabbed he got guard broken once. And Cammy had to have been 98% of her life or 95% of her life. And after the combo was done, she was drained down to this much health, and then it just one jab killed her. Like, that guy does damage.
Even I have done the sick damage. Like, so he has a really hard combo.
Yeah,
back fierce juggle is actually legit difficult. I really feel it might be a one-frame juggle. It's really hard. But you don't need to do that. Like, you do give up a lot of damage.
Right.
But I have killed people with knockdown, they do wake up DP, I activate trigger, and I do fierce into like it's like the basic version.
Right,
Charge
yeah.
fierce, back fierce, forward fierce, and then that's it. Like I have won the game.
Yeah,
like,
they stun and they're dead. Yeah, exactly.
That's easy for me. And if you do the full damage stuff, if you do the full stun stuff. So I feel like he's really, really good.
Well, GTO Akira, was that just announced?
What's up?
So GTO Akira puts a quote in here. Well, we can't share all of the details at this point. We've taken feedback from previous Capcom Cups and decided we'll be moving to a group stage format for the event. This will allow the tournament to be less taxing both to players and staff, while still ensuring the event is the optimal viewing experience for spectators. We'll reveal more about how this will work along with other exciting details later in the year. Oh, it was announced back then?
I don't know.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. We should probably remember that, huh?
I mean, yeah, you remember how closely I paid attention last year. No, this is true. Anyway, I feel Abigail is quite good. I really like his buttons. I really like his pressure. His damage is probably silly. I feel like his V-trigger may be the best, but definitely it's top 5.
Right. Dude.
His V-reversal gives him dash-up pressure. He gets a free dash-up stand strong, like in the way that Mika used to, and it was really good. He now has that.
Honestly, like, I feel like they need to stop trying to balance the game by guessing how good a V-trigger is. I think all V-triggers should just be 3 bars. And if they're not good enough, buff the V-trigger mode. Just leave everything 3 bars. I think 2-bar V-triggers is unfair for a lot of characters.
All I know is that right now, he's got a very good V-meter system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can actually cancel out of the parry. I didn't realize that for the first few days that I played.
Oh, really?
But when you do the chest bump parry, it's cancelable into special moves.
Oh!
Yeah. So, like, you can do anti-air parry cancel it into flip kick, or flip, giant flip.
EX flippy punch. Thing.
Regular flippy punch if you want.
Okay.
But yeah, EX too. Yeah.
So can you
you
cancel into command grab against grounded moves?
I guess, but they're in a hit stun state, so I don't think that would work.
Oh, the parry hits them right away?
Yeah.
You cancel the hit. It's not like you parry and cancel that part.
No.
Oh,
but you can cancel into the run, and you can do stuff out of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, he is, I feel, super good. His problem for me is that he gets pressured a lot because he has fastest button is 4 frames. But he has armor, man, on a couple of things. His damage is great, and I don't know that it really matters having bad defense in this game. I mean, it's not great, obviously, but a lot of the characters who I think are really good don't have great defense.
One of the things that people have not talked about enough since EVO, and I just haven't found the right venue for this yet. Someone pointed out to me that Tokido never did a wake-up EX uppercut with Akuma in top 8. Never. Only in combos. Only when he wanted to combo into V-trigger to get the hard knockdown for a fireball setup. But he never did a wake-up EX uppercut, which just shows that invincible uppercuts had nothing to do with how good a character was for Season 1, and shows how dangerous it is. And so, yeah, defense is bad for every character, right? You cannot... Like, just having an uppercut doesn't mean you're good. You know what I mean? Like, it just gets you killed so badly.
Like, if we ever play and you do an uppercut and I'm Abigail, you have lost.
Right.
Even I can do the big stuff. Like, I am giving up damage for sure, but I'm doing enough that if I lose that round, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and someone said Tokido took all the throws. He never got shimmied and stuff like that. So he played in a way that was so safe. You know, he would not let himself fall for a lot of the things.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
He's a smart player, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Some people are talking about Abigail getting zoned out, and...
Yeah, I heard he's bad against Guile and Nash.
So, I don't agree so far, but maybe I'll end up wrong. I just feel like he has so many tools. Down strong trades with brooms from, like, half screen.
Right.
He has parry, back fierce, nullifies fireballs. Both parry and back fierce are cancelable. So you can do things like back fierce into parry, into cancelable, into other stuff. James, it's so cool.
Dude,
literally back fierce, parry, then giant flip.
Yeah, he woke up with EX Demon Flip. That's right. Hi-Fi points that out. And speaking of, Hi-Fi also had a video where he showed, like, anytime you do the EX run, if you jump, like, you can get away from every follow-up that he has.
Oh, that's
Except
right,
he did the run, and I swear it looks like he cancels into the parry in mid-run.
You can.
So while he's running, you can just cancel it into his V-skill.
Correct.
Like, it's not even like he recovers
You
and
just
then
do it.
you just V-skill. So you could
Correct.
run and parry.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I feel like there may be a problem with some of these things in the long run.
Worst character in the game.
I don't know.
Worst
come on,
character
Donka.
in the game.
Come on, buddy.
Worst character in the game.
So yeah, he may get zoned out by Fang. Like I've been talking with Mono about, I really want to play this Fang because I've actually beaten most Fangs that I've played online. But he's awesome. He'll probably beat me anyway. But I want to see like how it goes. I just feel like he has a lot of tools against stuff, and he doesn't need to get in. Like once he's at half screen range, he's already in his effective poking range.
Right.
It's already there. I feel like he's good, but you know, could be wrong.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. So everybody seems to want to play him though. I love the fact that, you know, Vi keeps tweeting about it. He's like, I haven't seen this much hate for a character. He's like, it is like he is bringing out so many opinions and everything like that, and he loves it. And I agree with him. I agree with him in that. I love the fact that he has really gotten everybody talking, even negative and positive.
There's a lot of that.
So yeah,
both. His recovery on so the run doesn't cancel. There's no cancel on the run. You have to do one of those options: punch, overhead, grab, or V skill. You can't just stop.
Gotcha.
So
right, yeah.
There certainly is that problem. I feel like the run is not that great right now. It's mostly a big call out if you want to take a big risk. But yeah. Anyway, other than that, I think he's really fun, really good. I like the character as a character. He's zany and funky, and that's the kind of thing that I enjoy. So yeah, I get why people think he's ugly because he is ugly.
Yeah, I mean, he is ugly, but he was designed to be as gruesome looking as possible, right? So
yeah,
I mean, I saw a Photoshop edit again. People got mad at me because I was like, stop doing the Photoshop edit, dude. Like, I can take Chun-Li's face from some udon drawing and paste it onto the 3D model. It just does not apply. Anyways, but like someone like photoshopped Abigail to make him like svelte and like cool looking. And I was like, you're kind of defeating the whole point.
Yeah,
like, he's supposed to be
a gross mountain.
Yeah. I mean, Street Fighter, as much as people don't remember, that's like their MO, like just making these gross, unwieldy, really freaky kind of characters. And I mean, to the point where I actually don't like the Third Strike characters because I think they went overboard.
Too much for you.
Yeah.
But I like them a lot because of that.
Right. And
really
so,
like
they're right. So I have other friends who love Third Strike because of how freaky the characters went. But like, you look like the first time I saw Oro and Necro and like 12 and like Remy, I was just like, what the hell is going on with these characters? Like, what the hell have you done to Street Fighter? Like, and then of course, you know, I say that knowing that there was Dhalsim and Blanca, you know, and even Zangief was kind of a freak at the time, right? So
yeah, you just get used to them.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a back roll out of the start of the run. Somebody was asking, but once the run has begun, you cannot back roll anymore. It's only
because you can charge the roll. Basically, you can sit on the ground like this, and during that time, you can hold back and he'll roll backwards. But once you start running, that's it.
You are doing it. Yeah.
I was actually trying to find some setup, so I would do EX wall. Like I was messing in trainer mode, I would do EX wall throw, punch into kick run, and then grab them when they land, or do the EX one and then keep running so when they land, get hit by one hit of the run into punch and they get crumpled.
For sure. You forward fierce into it.
Yeah. Well, oh, you mean off the wall juggle?
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And it works. In fact, doing that, you can actually beat Wake Up Ken EXDP. Because you absorb the first hit of the EXDP, and then when you punch, you absorb the second hit of the DP, and he's on the ground still, he's not even in the air yet, so you get whatever you want, because he is now crumpling.
Oh, no. Poor Ken.
I mean, the setups, I don't know all the setups yet, nobody does, but come on. Meaty level 3 focus in a game without invincible backdashes, where many characters don't have invincible anything. Come on, it's really good.
I don't know how they, like I said, I played Street Fighter 4 beta, right? Like before, basically a version of the game before Seth Killian started working on it. I played a beta version of that game, of Street Fighter 4. I will not kid you when I say that that was the worst fighting game I had ever played in my entire life. And one of the first things I found out is when you level 3 focus someone, because there was no such thing as armor breakers at the time, I was like, why would I do a combo after this? I'm just going to let him crumple and charge up my level 3 focus again. And then they get up and you just keep hitting
You just kept doing it.
Yeah, because like Ryu had a one-hit uppercut, so it would like, show, pow! And then I would just walk over to him and just do it again. And I was just like, it was like the first thing I found. And then you gave it to Abigail. Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Careful. If this touches the thing back there, then the microphone, you can hear all the funk, funk, funk.
Might be.
So, yeah, no worries. But yeah. Abigail, I think is going to be a problem. I think it's going to be a problem.
I think he clearly seems good. Again, could be wrong. It's week 1. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
I'm happy to admit it if I'm wrong. Alrighty. Is that it for these people?
Yep, I think so. We want to take a break and then we can come back and just talk about women in the FGC, because that's something that's been coming up a little bit. And then just end it off with the fighting game news.
Let's do it.
All right. Be right back, guys. Be right back.
Punko is having a first to 10 right now. Abigail versus Chris T. Chris T is in East Asia?
Maybe they're playing online?
Is he in Korea?
Are they playing online? That's weird. No, Julio is injured. He's still having trouble. I know he's going through some more of the therapy and stuff like that. So
that's a bummer.
Yeah, so some people... Oh, Chris T is in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I didn't even know he was out there.
World traveler.
Okay.
Alrighty, we'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, we're back. You wanted to talk a little bit about women in the FGC?
Yes, I did want to talk about this because there's been stuff that's been going on, and you know, it just makes me frustrated because I felt like we were kind of getting past some of these stupid things, but it seems like things are still happening. And you know, and this is on the heels of, like, for example, we have like Tanakana out there who's doing super well in Tekken.
Did she just make top 8? Did I just say that?
Yeah, she was just in top 8. Supergirl Kells getting top 5 in the tournament over there.
It was a major as well. It was GOML.
Right, GOML. And so just recently a couple of things have been really bothering me. So there was a girl by the name of Toffee who won her local. And, you know, kind of made a big deal. It was a big news because she won her local. She's 15 years old. Right, and I thought that was super cool. And I thought that was great. You know, it's one of those things that's like a great story. It's like good to tell and everything like that. And then the worst thing about it is I didn't even hear about any of this happening, but I saw you retweet her thread where basically she just started getting really mad about people asking if she was a trap, you know. And again, don't use that word. It's a stupid word. It's an offensive term. But it's just like, you know, like there, I saw like a quote was like, oh, you must be a trap because I don't know any girl who would be this into anime or something like that. And it's just like 15-year-old girl coming out here and yelling at you and basically like, don't do this. It's offensive. It hurts people's feelings.
Yeah, good job to her for tweeting that stuff back.
Dude, like that tweet, that tweet chain that she had that came out was not easy, but it was also way beyond her age. You know what I mean? Like the maturity that she handled that tweet thread. You know what I mean? That thread. But it's just like really? Like it's not just one person. It's like multiple people I know have made that kind of comment, right? And it's just like, dude, it's like, get over it at this point in time. I'm sorry, girls play video games. Girls are hella good at video games. They like video games. They like geek nerd stuff. Like, this is exactly what...
like, not recent phenomenon.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like girls for the last 25 years. Dude. Like, if you're 30 and under, pretty good chance of, like, everybody plays video games.
Right. I mean, I'll see if I can find the tweet later on and get it in the chat if somebody else can actually put that in there. But even, for example, like, I had a book a long time ago that was all about arcade games. Like, this was, like, during the freaking Centipede and like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man age, right? And Pac-Man statistically was played by 55% women and 45% males. Like, there's nothing about video games that says that women don't enjoy it. It's just that at one point in time, they just stopped being marketed towards women.
Ding.
Right? It's like, hey, let's make this racing game and let's put this random bikini-clad girl.
This literally happened to me not long ago. So, my significant other and I, for my birthday, she took me to a local barcade. And she played video games growing up, but then didn't for a long time, in part because of this. It started to get, like, really, like, she didn't want to, like, deal with the marketing.
Right, yeah.
So we played, I think it was Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
I forget which one it was. But what's the name of the one where the map doesn't change? It's just a little, like, road that you're on. It's an overhead view.
Super off-road? No.
I don't remember. And then in between rounds, you buy upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
In any case, there's, like, bikini girls all over it.
Yeah,
And so, that's weird for her. Like,
right,
I wouldn't want to deal with that, like, bikini dudes all over it. It would be just, why? Why am I dealing with this?
You know what
I just wanted to play a video game with my girlfriend, and it got weird.
Honestly, one of my favorite things...
I think it was Outrun.
Outrun. Oh, yeah. One of my favorite things is at Defend the North, when they were playing, Dominion was using Ed, and everyone just kept talking about Ed's bulge. And everyone's like, why is this bulge here? And blah, blah, blah. They're all talking about it. And, like, you could tell how uncomfortable so many people were. And I'm just like, welcome to what, like, all women go through when they play video games, right? Like, this is exactly, basically, what happens all the time. Right, yeah. And you just have to deal with it. But, I mean, back to the point at hand. I just think what happened with Toffee was just a terrible, terrible thing. Like, I'm so mad about that. Like, a 15-year-old girl has to go through this. And the fact that she had the maturity to be able to come out and call it out and turn it into something like this, because that could just basically ruin somebody at 15 years old, right? Like, let's talk about, like people are more, like when I talk about, like, Punk being 18 years old and losing Evo and how much that hurts, and he's a young kid and everything like that, everyone's like, yeah, man, he's young or whatever. And then, like, you're saying, like, dude, this is a 15-year-old girl who has to have people questioning about her genitals, basically. Like, they're literally talking about a 15-year-old girl in a way that you should not be talking about at all. And, you know, like, that kind of sensitivity, and you should have that same kind of reaction, like, why would she even want to stay in the fighting game community? Why would she even want to stay playing video games at this point in time, right? And on top of that whole entire thing, and, you know, look, I know, you know, full disclosure, Sherry's super good friend of mine, right? So I'm always rooting for her. I'm always helping her, giving her advice and stuff like that, right? She got 13th place at Defend the North.
Yeah.
And she beat K-Brad to get out of her pools and loser side.
Yeah.
And K-Brad was holding that. He was putting a lot of gifs, like, of pictures of himself going, you know, stuff like that. He was holding that. He was respecting it. But everybody started saying, like, oh, well, this tournament must not have been good. Like, oh, obviously there's nobody good there. Like, I don't know if people know, but Sherry has been putting in a lot of work. From a lot of the matches that I've seen her play, I still remember at final round, she almost beat Joel over there, and she should have beat him, but she cracked. And it's one of her biggest weaknesses. It's always been her biggest weakness, is that she gets in her own head, right? And at Defend the North, she played particularly solid and emotion-free, and 13th place.
It's awesome.
And that's a great stuff for her, right? So she's playing really well now. She's doing really well. And in fact, I think she had momentum against Kami, but then I think somebody's controller like paused the game or something like that, and she ended up losing to Kami or something like that. I don't know the exact details. That could be completely false, but that was what I gathered from what people were talking about. But she's been doing really well, and I just think at this point in time, it's like, let's just stop talking about this. Like, let's stop treating it this way. I mean, I have this whole... Man, I really want to just, like, go on this whole soapbox thing, but, like, I don't know if, like, we have time or if we, like...
Hey, if you want to, I mean, it's all you. It's all you.
Because it's like...
I'm with you on all these points.
Yeah, because, like, I'm just, like, really frustrated about it. And the thing about it is, the way that I want to say this, because the hardest part about this is whenever people hear about this, I guess we're doing a kind of like a pseudo uncensored here, like, with me getting mad about this right now on the Tuesday show. But, like, you know, it's one of those things, I've talked about this. The problem with it is like, you talk to guys and you're like, stop being insensitive to girls, stop being, like, rude to girls and whatever like that. And the guys are like, I'm not sexist, I'm not mean to girls, like, that's not me, or like, how dare you claim that I'm that way. And again, it's like, I don't, like, people talk about that, the geek test, the nerd cred thing. Like, you see a cosplayer, like, what do you know about Psylocke? You know, and like, do you actually know her real name? Blah, 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 all these things, right? And the funny thing about it is, I genuinely don't think it's insidious. I don't think it's like people are like, oh, I need her to prove that she's a true geek. What I actually think it is I call it the magical unicorn scenario.
Okay.
Where you want unicorns to exist, but whenever you see it, you're like, no, I can't believe this no, this is not true. And so you ask these questions because you want it to be proven in a weird way, right? But the problem is, it's like, let's say your neighbor has a talking dog. Let's just say your neighbor has a talking dog, and you meet this talking dog. You're like, I don't believe this dog can talk, and the dog starts talking, right? And you're like, what's the definition of anti-establishmentarianism? And the dog gives you the perfect answer, and you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. You know, like you want to make sure that this dog isn't a trick, like the horse that could do math, right? There was the story of the horse that could do math. Right. But the horse would do math by looking at his owner's face.
You're right.
And every time the owner did the satisfied look, he would stop. Like, there's a trick to it. So you want to make sure that it's not a trick. Like, you want to make sure that it's real, right? But here's the problem, and this is where it gets everybody. This is where everybody falls into the problem, right? Is that when you see the talking dog, your neighbor has a talking dog, you sit there and you're like, why doesn't my dog talk?
Okay.
This sucks. Like, why is my dog not talking?
Uh-huh.
And then you're just kind of like, you know what? Fuck that dog. That dog is an ugly dog. It's a stupid breed. It's not a good breed. My dog is a better breed. I don't care that it talks. Right? It's just because there's just this natural thing. So, like, the weird thing about it is when you see girls who are good at video games, like, there's this weird subconscious thing, and I hate saying this because I know people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but it's like, you want to be their friend now because it's like, this girl plays video games, super cool, and you probably like, I will probably never be friends with this girl. This girl will probably never talk to me. This girl will probably never give me a time of day. You know what? She's probably brainless. You know what? She probably sleeps with everybody. You know what? She's probably a trap. Like, you have to justify it in some way. You know what I mean? And this is the magical unicorn thing. Your neighbor has a talking dog. Your neighbor has a magical unicorn. You don't. And so you have to downplay it in some way. And I think that's where it comes from mostly. So I don't think it's just like people are like really, really mad. You know, or like they're like every time they say, yeah, like they're not trying to be malicious, but it's just this weird accidental justification. Because you always want to be, like, I mean, it happens all the time with everybody, with everything. Like, if you see someone else has something, like, if you, like if you showed up and you're like, dude, I just bought my brand new Toyota Corolla. I'm so proud of my car. And then your best friend from high school shows up and he's like, hey, dude, I just bought my, you know, Lexus, you know, whatever thing. You're just going to be sitting there like, well, I don't even like Lexus. You know what I mean? Like, that just happens. It just happens. And I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from. And I think people just need to get over that. You know, that's why my biggest thing is they exist. Women who play video game exist. Women who are good at video game exist. Stop looking at them like they're some sort of mythical creature. They're there, and so when you see them, just treat them like anybody else that would be good at video games. They're not a rare breed. They're not something that you need to mythify and then also try to justify their existence.
Well, and one way to ensure that there are not going to be many women coming around is to continue to treat them like people do, negatively. Mm-hmm. That's like a very self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right, exactly.
So that's bad news.
Right.
I just want to hang out and have fun times with whoever wants to play video games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And you know.
And many of them are women, and that's great. I hope that continues to grow.
Exactly. And like I said, that's what we've all wanted growing up. Why won't women play video games with us? And now they do. So just be happy with it. Don't be surprised about it anymore. So.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I was not always, like, on board with this. I was a jerky kid. You know, I get it. I totally get it. But everybody can, like, you can grow up and, like, understand things better and think about how other people view situations and have to deal with situations better and care about it. And you kind of grow out of jerkiness. It's not that...
Dude, it's funny because...
Not impossible. Definitely doable.
So, you know, Lillian Chen, Milk Tea, from the Smash community, I've barely ever had a chance to like talk to her in real life, right? And so this year at Evo, we actually got a chance to like hang out and talk a little bit, you know, and everything like that, you know. And I started joking about how like one time she was on Twitter, and I was like, oh yeah, I still remember you from like Evo East and Evo West. I have these old photos because I used to take pictures back there, and so I showed her like I linked her to the photos of herself, and people were like, "That's really kind of creepy, James." And I was like, the fact that I could pull those up kind of fast, you know. But then, you know, it was funny because I told her, I was like, yeah, back then when I first met you, when you were playing Smash Brothers, I was like, dude, there's a girl who plays video games. It's so cool. And it's like, no, I was that way too. You know what I mean? Like, I did the exact same thing, and I realized that that's not like what I should be doing. Yeah, exactly. And I've come to that realization, so now I'm not at that point anymore. You know, if I see a girl in the scene, I'm not like, oh, are you here with your boyfriend?
Yes, dude. Sherry, I mean, she was just telling me about this at, I think, Evo. Of how that happened to her, like, at Evo and the previous tournament.
I think it was, like, CEO it happened. Yeah.
And, I mean, she's, well, SF4 players are OG now, and she is definitely among the OG set of those people. She's been in the scene for, like, 8 years. Long time. She is no rando. And she gets it.
Right.
So, who doesn't get it if she's getting it? You know?
So, whenever I see a girl at a tournament, I always ask, who do you use?
Yeah.
Did you enter?
Yeah.
How did you do?
For sure.
That's what I ask.
That's what you ask everybody.
Don't ask, do you play?
Yeah.
Are you here just to spectate? Are you here with your boyfriend? That's the worst one right there. So, yeah. Any case.
I hear you.
Talking dogs, man. Talking dogs. So, anyways, yeah. So, again, I know...
09ers are OGs.
What's that?
09ers are OGs.
Dude, I called Kino a veteran one time, and that, like, hurt my soul.
That probably wasn't recent either, was it?
No.
It was probably last year or two.
It was like 2 years ago, I think I called him
because
that.
it was. He was already. So, yeah, that is true. And Sherry is certainly among them. She's been grinding the scene for a long time.
She's been playing since vanilla Street Fighter 4.
She has indeed.
She played since the original Street Fighter.
Yeah, man, Killer Miller's very legit.
Oh, yeah.
She's a very good player.
Killer Miller is one of the best female players on the planet right now.
She's really good.
She's super good. She's super legit. So
definitely.
In any case,
haha.
Oh man, but yeah, honestly, like I just feel like the reason why I hate the fact that we still have to keep bringing this up every once in a while.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
It definitely does.
Again, when like Sherry is used to it, this stuff happens all the time to her.
So, as an example of that, I was on a tweet chain with Lumia, who's an NRS player. She plays in MKX and Injustice. And we're talking about games. I forget what it even was, but it's something about the actual game. And some butthole replied to her about her boobs.
Right.
And
like nice tits or something like
something
that.
just totally stupid. And like I looked back through his history, his like talks, and he talks to her all the time, and it's always that exact same kind of thing, and she never gets back to him, and that's a tough situation for her. Like, do you feed the trolls or not? Like, it's just it's bad news.
Yeah. Also, Korea Sua, her jury is super legit right now. You know.
Yeah. Like that sucks to have to deal with, and Lumia responded when I was responding to that guy. Saying that it just really sucks to be talking about games and real stuff like that, and only recognized for your boobs. I imagine that would suck.
Right.
It's not something that like we deal with. It's not. So you
and I'm mad about that because my boobs are pretty impressive.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you, okay? I'm telling you.
I probably should though. You have to take the word of people who are getting that kind of treatment.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting that kind of treatment, so I wouldn't know about these things if I said it was not happening. If I saw like the Lumia thing and I was like, that never happens. This is a one-time thing. It's not, you have to take it seriously.
Right.
You have to listen to people about what their experiences are like, and
right. And it's just gonna keep getting bigger. The presence of women in the fighting game community, right? I mean, even for example at Evo, top 8 for Smash Brothers Wii U, for ESPN. Vicky Kitty was one of the commentators for that. Her and D1 did that for Disney,
right?
And you know, Persia and Cujo Kate also got to do commentary at Evo as well.
Right.
So it's just going to keep growing. I know there's also like Jackio Maynard's like really trying to get into commentary, and like a whole bunch of people are trying to get into commentary. And you know, like not even from a commentary standpoint, Mama Dao is doing a lot of great TOing work and everything like that. You know, like
I mean, like at Evo, a couple of the most important people running events are Kat and Rachel. They're super important to a couple of different events, actually.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. There was an interview question on the Abuget stream for Tanukana. Do you have a boyfriend?
Hey, there you go. I've never been asked. That's not entirely true, but I tend not to be asked if I have a girlfriend.
I'll fix this for you. I've never been asked.
Okay, fine.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to be objectified. It's happened to me. It sucks. It's like an illuminating experience. In fact, that's a big part of why I started to not be as much of a jerk anymore. I experienced it myself.
Yeah, exactly. And no, that's a great point. That is a great point. I said that she was one of the best female players in the world, and I wouldn't call Punk one of the best male players in the world.
Right.
He's absolutely right. And there it is. There's an example of how insipid
it's
and just
very
how
ingrained.
much. Yeah, it's ingrained in there. So like, it's funny because he's absolutely right. I'm no better, and I'm really glad that he pointed that out because that was a mistake on my part.
Might not be a dude.
That's true.
I mean, you know, you never know. There's a lot of people.
It's true. No,
like it sucks to assume. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Shouldn't be done. We should change things.
Again, I am still trying to work on this myself. I'm still trying to fix these things. Because like I said, I used to ask girls all the time, oh, are you here with a boyfriend or are you here to spectate? You know, I used to do stuff like that too.
Sure.
And little by little, as we keep going,
Let's all grow up a little bit.
Exactly.
Even if you're a kid. It's hard to learn from experience of older people. I get it. I know.
Yeah,
I remember. But at the same time, it's useful, and it's not that hard to do.
It's tough when you're 15-year-old to understand that kind of thing.
Ding. Ding, indeed.
Okay. Any case.
Alrighty. Well, let's all be better.
Be better. All right, let's just go over the last bit of.
I wasn't a jerk, but I could have been better, and I hope that I am now, and I hope to continue to be better. So,
right.
Alrighty.
All right, so let's talk about some fighting game news that's going on here. Japan Cup, as we mentioned a little bit, hinted at a little bit early, next weekend is coming. It's going to be at Tokyo. It's going to be in Tokyo. It's being run by the Shinobiism group, which of course is Momochi's group. Momochi and Chocoblanca are going to put in there. There's a 512 player cap, but there is a venue fee there, and it is going to be a premier event. This is one of the events. This used to be at the Tokyo Game Show, but last year that tournament was ran so poorly that everybody was like really pissed off about it. I remember only one pool was streamed, and that was it. So
that was bad news.
They're moving it off and they're running it themselves. It's going to be a Hula Call in Tokyo, Japan, and I guess they're already at 300 players for that event. We talked about Defend the North. So the Capcom North America Online event number 4, we said 3 was coming this weekend. But number 4 is getting moved from August 12th to August 26th, specifically because it was on the same weekend as Summer Jam.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted to move it away so they didn't conflict with that.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Summer Jam, speaking of Summer Jam 11, which is coming up very, very soon. Like I said, not this weekend, but the next weekend after that. Yep. Big E has added ARMS to that tournament, and there's going to be on-site registration for that game.
They run a lot of different games.
See, Big E puts everything in there. There's so many games. It's pretty crazy.
ARMS, hey, if people want to play it, then, more power to you. Whatever. No need to poop on it.
August 25th through 27th. The funniest part I heard was that there were some Smash players who were like, I can't believe they're trying to turn this into a competitive game. Might have been like 1 or 2 persons, but Anyways, Alberta Beatdown returns. So Alberta Beatdown will be coming to Edmonton in 2017, this year, on August 25th through 27th. So that is going to be taking in Edmonton. They're going to be playing Street Fighter V, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Third Strike, Ultra Street Fighter 2. Why?
That's way more questionable than ours.
Yeah, I know. UMVC 3, MVC 2, Tekken 7 singles and teams, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat XL, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, and Killer Instinct.
Wow, alright.
So they are running the whole entire thing over here. So they're also running an event for the Universal Fighting System card game, the UFS card game there. But you can definitely look up Alberta Beatdown on Facebook. That's the group. That's the event. So look that up. Alberta Beatdown. That's going to be on August 25th to 27th. If you are anywhere in Canada, you don't want to miss that one. So that sounds like it's going to be a cool one right there. Also in event news, if you remember, Evo said because Pokken came so close to making it to Evo that they were going to add some pop bonuses, $1,000 pop bonuses to various tournaments.
Right.
There was $4,000 remaining for them to give out, and the Evo has announced the 4 tournaments.
Okay.
It is going to be a tournament. There's going to be Final Boss, Absolute Battle 8, SoCal Regionals 2017, and Revolution 2017.
Revolution, the name.
Dude, for a while...
Hasn't that happened before? Hasn't there been a
No,
Revolution?
there was a Devastation. There was Revelations.
Revelations. Arc Revo.
Yeah, everybody... Yeah. I heard something in my earphone. I think that was one of the ads on the SRK page. It was really weird.
Anyway, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So good job. Congrats to those tournaments. There was that cool Evo by the numbers infographic that Markman released out. So they said that there were 7. There's just like a little infographic that came out. 7 world premiere announcements. 64 countries represented at Evo. I thought it was 80 something, but I guess it was just 64. Wow. 10,000 plus entrants across 9 fighting game titles. 12,000 event attendees. $250,000 plus dollars of prize money given across all the fighting games.
All right. 1.9
million unique Twitch viewers during the championship Sunday.
What?
Yeah, 4.1 million combined unique viewers between Twitch live stream and live TV throughout the weekend.
Dang.
278 million minutes of content watched on Twitch during Evo that weekend. 278 million. Oh, stop doing that, ads.
That's one of those wild numbers, man.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. It's cool stuff. Looks like Geico and E-League partner for an amateur Street Fighter V tournament series coming up here. It's the Geico E-League Amateur Series will feature 3 tournaments, with the first being held at PAX West from September 1st through 4th. PAX West tournament will be a 32-player bracket with 16 players getting in via online qualifiers, while the other 16 will qualify via an open tournament on site. And then the 32 players will then compete for various prizes, which will yet to be announced. Yeah, there's probably going to be some rule, because it's an amateur series, that they're not going to let like Punk come to PAX West and be like, yeah, I'm an amateur.
Was that your Punk impression?
Not quite. Like, it was like halfway, and then I quit like halfway through in there. I could have went more all in on that one, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, so...
But yeah, anyway, that's cool. That sounds nice. That's a busy weekend. There's also First Attack and East Coast Throwdown, so that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But I do get that they would want it to be on at PAX. Like, that makes sense, and you know, it's
really
hard to avoid conflicts, but it is a bummer.
Really wish I had Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes' little cloning machine, so I could send one of me to First Attack and one of me to ECT, because I really want to. Because I had so much fun at First Attack last year.
Agreed.
Just because it wasn't even just like the tournament and all that stuff, but they showed us around. We got to see so much of the island.
Yeah,
we got to experience the culture, and it was even cool being caught in that rainstorm like that one time. You know, that was actually really cool.
We were at the beach and everything was great. And 10 minutes later, we could see this cloud coming.
Yeah.
and 10 minutes later, it was a downpour, and that happens in many places in the world. One place it doesn't happen is Southern California.
Yeah.
So for us, it's quite an experience.
And not only that, too, but the wind started blowing so hard. I remember it was like sandblaster.
It was.
I was like, my skin was like smoother afterward. You know, like seriously, it was really cool. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Well, depending on where I go.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know,
sure.
because I mean, like, I would love... I've never been to an ECT.
Same.
And I really want to go to ECT because, again, I love L.I. Joe to death, and I want to support everything that he does. So.
Good events. Good events. I highly recommend both of those, of course.
Brawlhalla's second World Championship is going to take place in Atlanta from November 3rd through 5th. So if you are a fan of Brawlhalla and still playing that, the championship is coming up in November.
Gotcha.
And there's going to be over $100,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. That is a lot of money. That's a lot
That's
of
amazing.
Money. That is a lot of money. So yeah, get in on that action.
Wow,
Get in on that
I
action.
did not expect that amount. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Congrats to them. I hope that game and that scene are doing really well.
And it looks like Brawlhalla will also have PSN PC crossplay. So you're going to be able to play between the consoles.
Oh, nice.
So it's a free-to-play platform fighter. Currently has more than 5.3 million players in the PC early access.
Wow.
And it's going to be coming out on PlayStation 4 as well. And it will be cross-platform.
That's amazing. I had no idea that it was so big, but that's really cool news.
Yeah, and it's going to be on sale for $20 on PSN.
Well, one person I know who has spent a lot of time on that is Tubaware. He's played it a lot. He's commentated for it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
very cool.
Some people in the chat are even saying that, yeah, Brawlhalla has a big following, free to play, honestly. Dude, you know, like, I swear, I think I might have mentioned this last Tuesday show, but I really feel like Serlin needs to talk to the Cannons about how they were going to do Rising Thunder as a free to play and see if they could turn Fantasy Strike into a free to play. Really think that would be a good way to do that, because we talked about Fantasy Strike last time. Let me see if I can see... we mentioned that it's trying to get the crowdfunding, and I know last time it wasn't particularly, there we go, Fig Deck campaign,
yeah,
here we go,
Fig.
yeah, Fig.co. Last time it wasn't doing, yeah, see it's only at 79, it's at 80,000, 15% of the goal, with 22 days left, so it had a free weekend this last weekend. I hope people had a chance to try it. I did not get a chance to play it.
Well, I really
busy getting salty at Splatoon 2. Anyways,
I really respect that they're going for the full $500,000 of the, which is an amount that it would cost to make a video game, rather than, you know, have some amount that you hope that then is used for some publisher to come in and see, oh, this game has some following,
right.
Let's publish it. They're just hoping to get the money for it. So I respect that. Yeah. But yeah, check it out.
Hopefully people got a chance to try it. Hopefully people enjoy it, and then yeah, and they do really make most of their money crowdfunding. Yes, it's true in the last days, but that also depends on how close they get. If they're really far away, most crowdfundings just they're gone. But if they're like maybe like 80% of the way there, like it'll like just go pow, because everyone feels like that it's close enough for them to donate, right? So that's why it's key for people to donate now. To help bring that impression. So, and again, Fantasy Strike is the game by David Serlin. It is a very beginner-friendly game. It was playable at EVO. A lot of people played it. A lot of people enjoyed it.
Interesting ideas in there, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What else do I have? We talked about the patch notes. Beast Coast team has signed Mr. Honeybee. Tim... Is his last name really Commandeur?
It is.
That
cool,
is
right?
a really sick ass name.
That's also Biohazard's last name because they're brothers.
Oh really? I don't think I knew that. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Tim and Matt.
So it was kind of like how like Tim Duncan. Like it was such a shame because his last name was Duncan.
It's awesome.
Like it would have been perfect for basketball, except all he did was shoot bank shots and play really good fundamentals.
Yeah.
But, you know,
he could dunk.
He could dunk. And he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Pretty good.
I've heard people say, like, even during the Kobe era, he was probably the best player, even above Kobe.
Interesting.
And as a Laker fan, of course, I'm going to say Kobe is better, but I will never argue with anybody when they say Tim Duncan. I'll be like, fair enough. Go for it. Fair enough.
Yeah, they have a cool last name. No doubt.
Yes. Commandeur. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's their Beast Coast first Injustice player.
They also signed, I think, a Smash player. Can you click on the thing there? I want to see if that is mentioned, because they did pick up a couple of other folks.
Let's see here.
maybe it doesn't say.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he's going to be joining Mike Hayes for Melee and Mr. R for Smash 4.
there you go.
There you go. But I think they were already on that team.
I think you're
already.
right.
Yeah. So, but it is Mike Hayes for Melee and Mr. R for Smash 4. So, look, man, it's funny because everyone always says, people only play Street Fighter 5 for the money. Dude, if you're playing fighting games for the money, you better get into some Injustice too, man, because there's some good prize money in that game right now.
Apparently, you should get into Brawlhalla too.
In which one?
Wow, that was entirely in my throat. That was weird. Brawlhalla.
Yes, in Brawlhalla as well. So.
Brawlhalla. Okay,
and then
some
finally,
Murloc stuff.
they announced that Firebrand of Dormammu will be revealed for Marvel Capcom Infinite during Gamescom on August 22 through 26. They were on a featured cover.
I didn't know about this.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
No.
yeah. So apparently they're going to be... Because they were on one of those Marvel crossover covers that's basically like revealing everybody. And so I think they've just officially said now that the characters appear on the special variant of Spider-Man vs. Deadpool number 20. And I guess at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, it's going to be announced. They're going to be officially revealed there. So
10 more years of Dormammu. That's the first thing I thought. I didn't know this before. I just saw this here.
Said that again?
It's Oliver Lang. He calls him Dormammu. And he still does, even though there's the movie with Doctor Strange where they don't call him Dormammu.
And he says it a million times, Dormammu, I've come to make a deal, right?
Yeah. But Dormammu, I'm so happy. I know it's the stupidest thing, but I was not looking forward. Like, I was hoping that there would be more time to hear Oliver say Dormammu, because I just think it's hilarious.
Right.
And now we will get that.
Yep. And someone mentioned that apparently the Arcana Heart 3 Kickstarter Shark Girl stretch goal was achieved. So Shark Girl is now in there, which makes me sad because we lost Stanley, but at least we got Shark Girl. So, and then finally,
Lava Boy.
someone actually mentioned, I've come to bargain. That's what it was. Thank you, Leon. But someone mentioned in the chat that apparently there was a new 30th anniversary Street Fighter HD collection that was accidentally leaked once again, like by Amazon or something like that just like showed up and is gone all of a sudden. So some people are saying that there might be like some crazy HD collection coming out, which I don't know. Are they going to update Alpha 3? Are they going to update Alpha 2? Like, are they going to do new graphics for that?
Right.
Or because Ultra Street Fighter 2 apparently had tremendous sales.
Yes, I heard it sold 500,000 copies.
Yeah, and so now they're like, we can make more. And all I'm thinking to myself is, there were no games on the Switch. This is what happens. I bought like 4 games for the Switch that I probably don't ever need because it was a brand new console. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. We'll see.
And I also tweeted out that if they are going to try any sort of small balance changes like they did to Ultra Street Fighter 2, please hire me. Please hire me and don't hide Shin Akuma in the freaking game. Violent Ken can fight the original Akuma in the game. That's how you know how broken he is.
It also has Evil Ryu, right?
Yeah, it has Evil Ryu.
What's his shtick?
He just does gobs of damage. He's just like Akuma, but he just does gobs of damage.
Can he fight those same characters?
I don't know, actually. I just know that if he ever lands Jump Roundhouse, like Jump Roundhouse Fierce into Tatsu, Heavy Tatsu, is guaranteed stun and guaranteed like 80% life.
Does Akuma still not get stunned?
I think so. I think the regular Akuma... I don't know. That's a good question.
I just wonder if it's a 4-character game. Because if it's a 4-character game and there's 4 Mega Ultra characters that can't lose... Then, I don't know, maybe it's...
Then it would be MVC2.
Oh my god.
But yeah, dude. Like, if you're going to try to balance something like CVS2 or Alpha 3 or even Third Strike, as much as I know Third Strike fans know that I talk shit about Third Strike all the time. So I've admitted to a couple of Third Strike guys already who were like talking shit about me on Twitter. I was like, one of the main reasons why I talk so much shit about that game is because I know how much Third Strike players think it's like the most flawless video game on the planet.
Well, you know, it's pretty good.
I told, like, someone, one of them was like, I bet you James would have rather had moment 37 happen in CVS2. And I was like, hell no. Like,
yeah?
CVS2 does not deserve that kind of spotlight. Like, Third Strike, yes, deserves that kind. I remember what these games were like a long time ago.
Yeah.
These games were shitty, dude. Like,
I don't know how shitty, but it was... CVS2 could definitely be a snooze fest.
oh, yeah, yeah.
It definitely could be. Fun game, but definitely could be a snooze
dude,
fest.
like, honestly, like, I just want to know what social media would have been like during, like, if that existed during Third Strike.
Oh my god.
Like, let's talk about Chun back fears for a minute here, you know?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But, in any case, like...
Can you imagine the row about roll canceling?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
People would have been...
Twitter would explode.
Dude, they're...
Because SRK exploded.
And, dude, Air Hyper Viper Beam ×4 discovered on day 1.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff.
I quit MVC2 the day because I really wanted to play Sentinel. Because I loved Sentinel in Children of the Atom.
Okay.
It's my favorite character in Children of the Atom.
Okay.
Well, actually, second favorite because I love Spiral as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I played Sentinel in MVC2, and I was playing against Ducto at EVO. At E3. Okay. Didn't realize Ducto was the greatest player at the time. Because I knew him when he was like 11 years old, and he was just a shitty hyper fighting player that we would beat up on. And I did rocket punch from a screen away to his cable, and he Air Hyper Viper beamed me 4 times, and I died.
He punished you on day 1 with Air Hyper Viper Beam 4. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, people had played it already. It was one of those E3s where the game had been out already a little bit, but they just had the cabinets there to play at the Capcom booth. But I did rocket punch from a screen away, rocket punch, and the Air Hyper Viper Beam and killed me. And I was like, this is the dumbest game.
Oh, man.
This is the dumbest game. I am not going to bother playing this piece of garbage.
Dang.
Oops.
Dang.
Oops. But, I mean, that's, like, how it was back then,
Sure.
man. Like, people... Oh, God. Like, I would love to see what it was like. Seriously.
Man, can you imagine they come out with Capcom Fighting Jam during Twitter era? Dang. Wow. Fighting Jam.
That's why my combo video for that thing had to be, like, so silly. Because I was just like, this is the dopest game. Yeah, I made it all in, like, the Katamari Damashi music.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
I love that combo video.
Newell. What a great character.
With the squids, yeah.
Newell. I played Newell.
Dude.
Geef Newell.
These games are... Dude, can you imagine how many people would have been mad at Zangief Kick Lariat in Hyper Fighting?
Yeah.
Like, that move is, like, completely fair. And everybody would have been so mad at that move the first week when everyone kept trying to sweep it and getting SPD.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, man. Anyways.
Newell was so cool. Do you remember his jump? It was this weird floaty thing, and he was like...
everything, like he sent out these little squids that when they hit you, they got little halos and floated off the top of the screen. No.
Why did they even think to add those characters?
Dude, I still remember AGSF2 when Alpha 2 first came out, because I was one of the first people who got to play it because it was at UCLA, and I remember people talking about it. And man, the talk about custom combos. Like, literally, I went from, like, day 1, like, I love this. Day 2 was like, this is the stupidest game ever. Day 3 was like, I think it's okay. Day 4 was like, God, this game sucks. Like, literally, it was like back and forth constantly. Alpha 1, when that game came out, was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Anyways.
Yeah, so I guess there's an HD collection. Maybe it got leaked or something like that.
We'll
but
see.
If you want to make balances for these games, please hire me. And yes, I could even balance Third Strike. I swear I could balance Third Strike.
Would you just remove Chun-Li?
No, I wouldn't remove
Out of here!
You know, the thing about it is, it's the same thing kind of like the Aquaman thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to change what they can do.
Yeah.
You just want to change the results of what they can do.
Maybe you change a little bit about what some characters can do.
Right. Like,
I don't know if Chun-Li needs
2 bars.
every best button in the game.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, like, honestly, 1 bar of Hoyokusen.
Yeah.
Like, we're just...
Yeah, I mean, like... If I were to balance that game, I think I would limit it to like 3 changes per character.
Right, yeah.
Nobody needs anything huge. Like
exactly.
if you make her super worse and if you make an agent worse, you're already like 60% of the way
Exactly.
towards the game being balanced.
See, I don't even know if I would take away the unblockables from Oro or Yuri. I would
100%
leave
not,
those
100%
there,
not.
right?
You
Because
have
that
to.
stuff is fun.
That's the character.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people like doing
Yeah,
that stuff. Like,
no,
you
you
can't
could
get
not
rid
take
of
that.
that. You know? And Oro and Yuri aren't even the best characters in the game.
Definitely not.
True story. They made an updated Third Strike in Japan arcades where the only thing they fixed was they got rid of Yuri and Oro's unblockable.
Yeah.
And no one played it.
There was actually a cab in, I forget which arcade now in SoCal, that was version B, that did not have the unblockables. Mm-hmm. And it was the same.
Right.
But if you played Yuri or Oro, you could not play on that set.
Right.
Could not play on that cabinet.
Exactly.
Because it was not good news.
But yeah. I mean, honestly, that would probably be the one thing that I would like to see with Third Strike is make it, now that we know.
Tiny things.
Now that we know, is to figure out how to really make all three supers for every character useful. You know what I mean? Because I think it's always a shame that for most characters you just don't pick any of the other supers.
Well, I don't know about most. I feel like most characters you do pick 2.
2? Maybe. Yeah.
Almost nobody 3, but although some characters 3. But yeah, mostly it's 2. It's just like at the top, where like
Ganajin,
Hyokusen, and Shippu, you have to pick those. It's
well, I mean,
super
Aegis Reflector,
obvious.
you have to play.
Aegis Reflector, you do. But a lot of the other characters can choose.
Yeah, I mean, Dudley, the problem with his 2 choices, they're just alternates of each other. One is more frequent, less damage. The other is less.
Yeah, you still make the
But it was
choice.
the same utility. You know what I mean? Like, be interesting. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't want to change that one because that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, like minimal stuff. Although probably nothing.
Yep.
Probably, hopefully, no changes at all.
Any case, that's all I have for FGC news. Anything else?
It's not just Ryu who gets all 3. Who gets all 3?
Oro.
Oro gets all 3 if he
Oro
wants.
gets all 3.
So
the funny thing is, like, despite the fact that
Hugo gets all 3.
Despite the fact that I talk so much smack about Third Strike, I actually respect the game a lot and I know a lot about it. But like, I don't think I could ever commentate it again because like I feel like all the Third Strike fans would just yell at me like, "Why is this hater on this game?" You know what I mean? So whatever. But I actually know a lot about the game. So.
Makoto gets all 3.
Sort of. I mean,
Top 8 at Evo.
If you just
Makoto.
put Mike Z in there, you know,
Makoto,
that's it. So.
What was it? SA3 was the terrible one.
SA3, yeah, Tendon Renki.
Yeah, that sounds
something
right.
like that, yeah.
But yeah, top 8 at Evo, Makoto, SA3. God. It was garbage.
Yeah.
But yeah, he managed to do it somehow.
Yeah, I've seen Mike Z's theoretical changes. He put that out a long time
remember
ago.
it, yeah.
I remember that thing, yeah.
It was more changes than I wanted there to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. It was Team Evo as well. Although he was backed up by...
Backed up!
by Sanchez.
Sanchez
good
is
old
a top
Sanchez.
8 Evo finisher,
Yes.
just like me.
What?
In Mario Kart.
Yeah, in Mario Kart.
In Mario Kart. In Mario
Well,
Kart.
that's more than I got, so... I never made top 8 at Evo.
But I've been going to a lot more Evos.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Anyway, Third Strike was a good game, and I miss it sometimes. And then I played at CEO, and I played against Chirithi, who was like one of the North American best players.
With Chun
back in the
Li,
day.
too.
Yeah, he was playing Chun. What a jerk. He played
Playing
Ken.
Chun in a casual.
He played Ken and Chun in casuals.
In casual.
What a
Well,
butthole.
Ken is the only one that's acceptable in casuals. Like, Chun and Yun are not acceptable in casuals.
That actually is mostly true. Back in the day, when we were playing casuals, like, it was common to have Ken mirrors, because Ken's kind of a fun character. And so even if you
Ken
didn't
was
play
the
Ken,
new Ryu, right? Like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
for
a,
So, like, I played a little bit of Ken. It's not a guy I like that much, but everybody played Ken. But if you were in casuals and somebody stepped up to the cabinet with Chun-Li, you were like, what is this about?
Yeah. Or if someone
Who
came
is
in,
this guy?
Like, the thing is, like, if a Yun player came up and picked, like, Sorai Rengeki or, like, or played Ganajin, you could tell they didn't know the Ganajin combos. You're like, okay. But if a Yun player came up and they knew Ganajin, it's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you ruining everybody's fun?
What a butthole.
I mean, I think one of the old school Third Strike players, one of the best SoCal players, Hung B.
Yeah.
We were playing at Super Arcade one time. He loves Third Strike to death. And I was talking to him about it, and he was like, oh yeah, Third Strike is the absolute worst game at the highest levels. But just under that, it is the greatest game.
It may be the greatest game just under that, but at the highest level, it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, though.
I like Chun mirrors. I do. I think Chun is an interesting footsies character. Like, at least she's not some stupid... What I hate is Yun. Alright? Yun doesn't play neutral. He backs off and he goes strong, strong, strong until he's got the super, and then he's like, here I come! And you just gotta deal with it. That character I don't respect at all.
Yeah,
but Chun-Li, I respect more.
And then, the players had figured out Yun so well that after the Ganejin ran out, he could juggle you for 10 years and you would have half the Ganejin again.
He literally had setups that ended up with him with already an EX meter afterward. Enough meter for that.
Right.
And then you would backdash twice, because his backdash was half the screen. Whiff down strong a couple of times. Hey, it's party time again. It just was so stupid.
Yeah,
so stupid.
Yun is a dumb character.
It's not that I prefer to watch Chun-Li mirrors. It's that I can appreciate Chun-Li mirrors. Right, like I see there's like neutral game and skill and stuff.
See, grand finals at EVO one year was Nuki versus Justin Wong, and that was a Chun mirror. It was one of the best matches I'd ever seen.
It can be good. Whereas if it's Yun mirrors, I mean, come on. Unbelievably boring.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be fun.
Yun is a good character, but Yun is not so good. Ganejin is so good.
Yes.
Ganejin is so good. Yun without that super is a good character, but he's not top tier at all. Not top tier.
All right. Well, anything else? Anything else you have to say?
For Honor's getting a patch.
Splatoon actually got patched already. They got some changes to it. But yeah.
They haven't really announced what is happening in For Honor, but they did say that they're going to rebalance things and they're going to try to make it so that it's like more competitive and that they're going to get dedicated servers for it. It actually turns out is, I think, still the 4th most highest selling game of the year. Something
really?
Like that. Like it sold really super well.
Well, I mean, it was one of those super hyped games. So
it was, and it had a lot of really fun ideas, and then you play it and it's not good. So if it's good, then cool.
People keep talking about Nemo. He did quit his job. At first, people thought he was going full esports, but it's not true. He actually just quitting his job for a temporary time, and during this time, he says he's basically going to be on the longest extended vacation of his life. He's going to be going to East Coast Throwdown. He's going to be heading to... He might be going to... There was another tournament match. Like, it might have been Summer Jam or something like that. But he's going to be heading to a couple tournaments. He does intend to get work again, but even his boss was like, you should pursue what you enjoy doing.
I think that's very cool.
In Japan.
Right.
In Japan, to have your Japanese boss say, you know what? Go chase your dream.
I just picture him saying like that.
Yeah, I know.
Go chase your dream.
Like, go do what you love. Don't worry about, trying to make money in Japan. Like, that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. I think that's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
By the way...
DreamHack Montreal, that's where he's going to go. Yeah.
Well, thanks to GTO Akira for that, but also thanks to him for saying, linking a tweet that says North American online SF5 tournament, ranked tournament,
Didn't I talk
whatever
about
it's called, it's now changed again from August 26th to October 7th to avoid conflict with Absolute Battle.
Oh, dang, nice. Okay.
Good job to Capcom.
Good job to Capcom.
I think that is super good.
Yeah, good job to them. And that's racist username.
Yeah. Dormammu. All right, 10 more years of Dormammu. Also, on Marvel Lives earlier, I highly recommend the show, first of all. Maximilian was on there.
Oh, cool.
And they were interviewing him about, he played a lot of Marvel Infinite.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, he has a lot of stuff on his channel.
Actually, it's funny because Olaf Redland, who was on here for the July 4th show where we went over the demo and he was like showing all the cool things, he's been watching Maximilian's videos like frame by frame practically and like learning a lot of stuff. And on a recent stream of mine, Maximilian jumped in here and I was talking to him. And he was like, I'd be totally down to come and talk about the game.
Great.
And so if we can get him and Olaf on like maybe next Tuesday, let's just like get them all on here. And we can like break it down. I think that would be super cool.
I really like it.
Let's do that.
All right, cool.
Let's do that.
Assuming that they're up for it.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say, check out Marvel Lives. The Marvel 3 is winding down, although they are still talking about it quite a bit, and there was a lot to talk about from Defend the North. But yeah, as Marvel Infinite comes up, there's going to be more of that. And I saw a lot of people in the chat who were there for Max, but who said that they're going to stick around and watch more of Marvel Lives and come back, especially once Marvel Infinite has dropped. And that's how you get new folks playing the video games.
Let's get Max. Let's get Max on our stream.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Now
let's do it. See if we can actually, get above 1,000 viewers average on the Tuesday show that we've been averaging for like 5 years.
Yeah, it's in like the same viewership.
Yeah,
that's fine.
exactly.
Yeah,
we love you guys. We love you guys. We like it because the chat is also fun this way too.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah. Oh man, the big chat would be terrible actually.
Yeah, because
we'd have to have like Illuminati chat.
We'd actually
have to have for like old school.
Mods would actually have to do work and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, rather than giving us all the information because we come into this entirely unprepared. GTO Akira would have to actually be a mod, and that would be bad news.
Well, a lot of people I see on the chat are all yelling at GTO Akira right now.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a little.
Well, he was so wrong about Evo Top 8. He thought there would be 3 countries represented. False. False. 2. Duh. Alrighty.
All right, cool. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. Just so you guys know, tomorrow afternoon I might do an uncensored stream because I do want to yell about some stuff. Want to yell about any particular topic? I'm gonna have an interesting take on the current age of fighting games.
Okay.
Maybe a little backwards of what people think.
Okay, it's the worst.
This cursed maybe.
Well, all right, that would certainly be an unusual
take. And then also. Really mad at some things that Splatoon is doing, so I'll definitely be yelling about that too. So
I've actually been streaming again.
That's right. Yes.
Huzzah! On twitch.tv/ultradavid, and I am planning to continue that. Weird, but it's true.
Okay.
It's true. I will be analyzing top 3 from Defend the North in both Injustice and Street Fighter 5.
Cool. Good stuff.
Bam! Stand medium kick forever.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Let's roll.
All right.
Play that birdie.
Oh, that's right. Good call. I almost forgot. I remembered last week, and I didn't. And check out this. I've got my new graft thing here now.
Wow, graft tee.
It's a graft tee. It's a ring now instead of that little loop. But the beautiful thing about the ring is that it's very strong.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, look at that.
And now I can actually use it as a stand, and I'm super happy about that. In fact, you can rotate this thing like this. And you can even use it as a stand this way. So sometimes I'll just do this when I'm like reading Twitter.
What else can you use the ring for?
Oh, you
It looks like it's very flexible.
You have no idea. Although, this ring might be a little too small for me, so I'm just saying, that's all. So.
You got to turn on vibrate and you're all good. All right.
Exactly.
Let's get out of here.
All right, okay.
What's your agenda?
I didn't even know where that was from. And in fact, Yipes didn't know where it was from either. Arturo said it, which was the funniest part, and Arturo's like, yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Oh, that was loud.
Is this longer than usual? Okay.